Marcos.com to learn more. It's about time.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. So fired up to introduce you guys to Life Imaging FLA up from South Florida, where they've been saving lives weekly. How do they do it, you ask? Well, they save lives with their FDA-approved state-of-the-art low-dose radiation CT scanner that can easily detect heart disease and cancer before a patient shows any symptoms, and it only uses a fraction of the radiation of most CT scanners. Even better, no dyes. You don't have to get undressed, and it only takes about 10 minutes. No question, early detection saves lives because 1 out of 3 people will die from heart disease, and the worst part is, in 30 to 40% of those heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan. It's a value of $699 and only has a few minimum requirements. From your cell phone, call pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250, just say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. Do this for you and all of your loved ones. Get that peace of mind with prevention with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things.
Yes!
Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC Rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today, CoolToday.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at Marcos.com. Marcos. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get summer ready with these hot deals. Get $3 tanks for women and girls, $5 women's jelly shoes, and $7 beach towels. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 5/20 and 21, select styles only.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home. You have heard of fresh from Florida, right?
Fresh I have.
That's refreshing to hear.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
And if we're going to freshen up daily meals, it's refreshing to know that locally grown fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air. Got anything else?
I'm fresh out.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
RC Hill here. All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, RC Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application. Drive a car you love for just $5 down. But hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
At SimpliSafe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from SimpliSafe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now, install SimpliSafe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio! 104.1.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and SeaWorld.
It is Friday, May 19th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from Disney DeSantis drama dump to Princess Diana's dirty greeting cards, and why was Jimmy Buffett rushed to the hospital? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, SeaWorld.
Is Jimmy okay?
He might be. I don't know. Maybe he's dead. We'll find out.
Oh, my God.
We also want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch today. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show. YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens. I can't believe it, honestly.
I can't guess what happened.
Well, I checked this secret message folder that we have in the inbox. And
damn, you're not supposed to check that, Sean.
I looked anyways. I couldn't help myself.
How come I don't know about the secret message
I'm not going to
folder?
give you access. I'm sorry. You have access to too much already.
Very true.
All I saw was a last-minute message from that naked guy in Miami. Let's see what he said.
Have a great Friday, you mother.
We did it, everybody! Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
We made our way through a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. You done good just by existing for another week.
Yahoo!
It's tough out there. It's hot out there, too.
So hot. I made a
Real
mistake.
hot.
I wore jeans.
Oh, yeah. And all black, too.
They have holes in them, so hopefully that
You
gives
got
some,
breathing room.
Yeah, we'll see.
You get a little draft going through there. That keeps you good. I used to, when I was driving around, it was real hot in West Palm. I would drive with my shorts on, and I would put a foot up on the dash, and I would let the AC blow right in my short leg.
Don't you have a balls fan right now?
I have one down here. Yeah, yeah. It's just circulating overall, but
he's not wearing shorts.
No, I'm wearing pants, but it keeps me from sweating my balls off for the whole show here today. We're gonna have some fun on a Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us. As always, we will get to those dispatches momentarily. Right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Iowa. And in Iowa, there's a police officer. A traffic stop gone wrong. It's sports, right? It's sports adjacent.
Sure.
In the worst kind of way. And the guy would not stop at the traffic stop. And the cop jumped on top of his vehicle, and it was mayhem.
I'm sorry. The cop thought he could stop the car by using his body?
I don't know what the move was here, but he jumps on the hood of this guy's car in this newly released body cam footage.
Stop the car!
Oh.
Stop the car! Stop it! Stop the car!
Now he's on top.
Stop the car! Get off the put on the goddamn brakes!
Wow.
Put on the brakes!
Look, you see he's cruising around on the car.
Okay, dude, get off the car.
He jumped right on the hood. This was not a great move, I don't think, but he's just screaming now.
Put on the brakes! Stop the f***ing car!
This is ridiculous.
The guy's still cruising.
I mean, he's really not going all that fast.
Stop the car, man!
We'll go a little faster now.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Whoa!
Wow! He's on the hood of the car, the roof now.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
How is he even holding on to that?
For his dear life, I believe.
My God.
Exactly the words I would have used.
He is cruising on the roof now, holding on to like the sides of the roof, like Superman.
He should have already killed this dude.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't shoot, honestly.
I mean, honestly, this would have been like, cop shot another person, killed people.
The vehicle is a weapon.
This vehicle is a weapon, and now they're going at top speed.
And now he can't shoot him because he's on top of the thing. He went from the hood to like on top of it.
I mean, he could go very Mission Impossible and try to like shoot out the tires.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's see what he does. Cruising around a corner.
Do you think the guy knows he's on top of the car?
He has to know. Oh, are they going to crash?
Into me.
There's like gas trucks all around.
So loud.
It is. Let me turn this down.
Oh, the guy just fell off.
Did he really?
The cop.
My God. And there it stops. Holy cow.
Cruiser, did you think going into a pit of mud was the best move?
I'm not sure why that happened, but they said newly released body cam footage shows the shocking moment Officer Patrick McCarty was flung to the ground after he clung onto the roof of a fleeing car. And Dennis Guider Jr. Said there was a warrant out for this guy's arrest, and the dude just took off full speed. He is doing okay. He was able to survive this, but that was scary for a moment there. That's quite the ride to go on. Everybody doing good on a Friday here?
Yeah.
Think so.
Yeah.
Why, are you about to ruin it?
No, I'm not going to ruin anything. I don't think.
It sounded kind of like a setup to ruin a Friday.
It was very teasy, like, well, I'm about to really S on it.
Like I was handing you a balloon and I was going to pop it right in front of your faces?
Absolutely.
I would never do that to you guys. No, I would never do that. I did see some
like you were
news
about
here.
to throw a cup of water on us while we were trying to jump on the trampoline.
I only did that to my son, and he did not think it was funny. He did, and I learned a tiny little lesson from it. Maybe just don't do everything that's in your head.
Dylan's never been on a trampoline since.
No, I don't know if he has, actually. That was just a little tiny one. We saw yesterday the news came out that Disney had pulled the plug on this $1 billion development in Florida. The battle between Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida and Disney going back and forth. And now $1 billion, and all these jobs that were going to come over from California was like 2,000 jobs. The average salary was going to be around $120,000.
Okay, hot damn.
That's not happening anymore. Disney
Guess I'll stay here.
Disney didn't say like why they did this, but I mean, I think people can read into this stuff now and see what's going on. And then DeSantis' office just released a statement that was like, I can see why the failing Disney company.
Oh, wow.
Like, look, they don't have the money to do this. Their earnings are low.
Trumpy,
Nobody will give up. Nobody's going to give up this battle. It's just going to be a demeasuring competition between DeSantis and Disney, back and forth over and over and over again. But yeah, they said they were canceling that whole thing. And to boot, they shut down the Disney Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, which hadn't even been open for that long.
No.
I'm so sad. I really did want to check it out.
Well, you have till September.
Can I tell you something, though?
I don't know if they're allowing more tickets, are they?
Maybe it's booked for some of those days, or maybe it's not booked at all. Maybe that's one of the problems. I am 0% surprised this thing shut down. 0% surprised. It was $5,000 for 2 days to stay at a hotel with no windows.
You are literally ruining our opportunity to take advantage of it until September.
You guys can say all the nice things you want, and hopefully they give you one of these rooms and you can go through this experience and not
I'm
pay
Sabrina,
$5,000.
and I love Star Wars.
$5,000 for a room with no windows because you have to keep up the illusion that you're living in a spacecraft, which you're not. You're on the ground at a resort. The resort doesn't even have pools or anything cool like that. And then they just give you like an iPhone and they go on little missions throughout the hotel while you're there. $5,000 for 2 nights, the minimum. That's the minimum that they were charging for that. That ain't going to work. And it did not. They said it gave us the opportunity to try new things on a smaller scale of 100 rooms. We'll take what we learned to create future experiences that can reach more of our guests and fans. But no telling what the hell they're doing. Oh, by the way, currently not taking any new bookings.
I knew it.
They're not. Guests who have reservations booked after this date will be contacted to discuss their options. They shut down this expensive Star Wars experience.
So what do you do with that ship?
I don't know what they got a hotel built. The whole thing's built like a Star Wars thing. Do they just leave it there and like abandon it?
Is there going to be like an estate sale?
I don't know. Maybe they sell all that stuff off. Or Celia was like, what if they leave it abandoned like some of the theme parks?
That would be dope.
Like 10 years from now, some YouTubers spelunking his way through this place.
The Last of Us season 3 films in there with zombies.
I don't even know where it is.
It's somewhere near the Hollywood. What's it called?
Studios.
Hollywood Studios area. Because that's where the Star Wars, rides and all that stuff are. The Star Wars area is Star Wars land, I guess I should say. Email coming in from Peter to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Peter is very disappointed in the show.
Oh.
And I think he seemingly is more disappointed in Sabrina than the rest of us.
Here we go.
Peter says, I'm honestly surprised that none of you have mentioned the new Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom yet. Seeing as it was released last Friday, and it's quickly become one of the fastest-selling games of all time. Okay. Hell, even NPR did an hour-long segment on the game. And
that's not a surprise at all. Come on.
For these Zelda games seems to be passed down through households from parents to their children in perpetuity. I realize none of you are hardcore gamers, but at least buy this game for Sabrina so your show can be part of the collective conversation.
Okay.
Whenever she mentions Animal Crossing or The Last of Us, my ears perk up because I'm obviously a video game nerd. Anyway, keep up the great work otherwise, and indulge your inner geek a bit with a truly remarkable adventure. It's highly accessible for all ages, even old curmudgeons like you. On that note, happy birthday, man, Peter says. Thank you, Peter.
Happy birthday day.
I did see this was blowing up. The Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom sells 10 million copies in 3 days.
I have a lot of respect for the gamers out there, and I will say with the Zelda game that I did play in the past, it was not for me.
I've played Zelda before.
It was way too open world. I played the N64 Zelda.
Yeah.
I think that's what I played too.
Ocarina of Time, man.
I didn't know what the name of it was. I know the main guy is Link, right? Is that right? Is it a guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so Link, and I know the songs.
It's Link, but I think in Ocarina of Time, you put in your name, and then they didn't call you Link. They called you your name.
Oh, really? So you could be whatever you wanted. And then I know that the guy from There I Ruined It just did something, because Celine was telling Angel, who's a big fan of Oasis, about that. And he took the Zelda theme song
and mashed it into Wonderwall.
Right.
It's bad.
And it's kind of one of my new favorite accounts is There I Ruined It.
Everything on that channel breaks your face and your brain and everything else when you watch it. More your brain than your face. But
I mean, it was no mesothelioma commercial, but it was,
it was pretty bad. All right, we're going to hear from you on this lovely Friday as we jump face first into the weekend. All you need to do to hang out with us is send us what we call a dispatch. You don't have to worry about waiting on the phones or any of that. Whatever's on your mind, entertain us, send us a song, give us a joke, just comment on what we're talking about, or yell at me generally.
Ooh, let's hear some jokes today.
Oh, you want jokes? Because the jokes usually aren't great.
I know, that's why I'm asking. Let's hear some jokes.
Should we open the door for jokes?
Yeah, let's open the door for jokes and also original songs.
All right, let's see what you got today. Be creative. Maybe a prize for whoever does the best job over on the dispatch side today. When we come back, a Miami woman robs a man in the most insane way. Wait till you hear what went down in this story. That plus much more coming up next on the News Junkie.
Dancing naked around your kitchen is a lot better with your best friends.
Seriously.
I mean,
why would you encourage that?
Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on John Young Parkway heading northbound north of Deerfield Boulevard and before Whisper Lakes Boulevard. There's delays due to an accident on US 192 heading eastbound at Orne Brown Road. Authorities are clearing up an accident closing Weatherby Road heading westbound west of Boggy Creek Road and before Landstar Boulevard. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
I'm back, and look at all the Fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in old world sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at Marcos.com. Marcos, pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Everyone could use a little help with their bills, especially these days. At Duke Energy, we're offering easy ways to help keep your energy bills more manageable. With programs that allow you to pay the same amount each month or pay in installments. Plus, special financial assistance from the Share the Light Fund for those facing hardships. We're Duke Energy, and we're here to help you. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Jesse Kelly here. If given a choice between financial stress or peace of mind, I will always choose peace of mind. That is why I've secured gold and silver from the Oxford Gold Group. Having precious metals in your home safe or in your 401k or IRA should be considered your investment strategy. Simply put, it's a portfolio protection plan. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. You now own real precious metals just like I do. Call 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free.
at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's Ryan from the Monsters in the Morning.
And Scott from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Scott, I've been thinking, at this point in my life, which is more important, to manage my time or to manage my money?
You know, it's weird you bring that up. I have a good friend named Sandy who likes to tell me that when you're young, Ryan, you got lots of time, you probably ain't got much money. But when you get older, if you do things right, you got some money, but you ain't got much time.
Let's talk more about that on It's Only Money on Real Radio 104.1, 8 a.m. Sunday morning.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall. There's only one Mo you should call. The Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get summer ready with these hot deals. Get $3 tanks for women and girls, $5 women's jelly shoes, and $7 beach towels. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 5/20 and 21, select styles only.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeff Shreve, and I invite you to follow me as we pursue wisdom and peace through Pray.com's new podcast, Weekly Wisdom. Every week, we will embark on a journey through the Bible to discover encouraging truths and wisdom to last a lifetime. The Bible says wisdom is like a teacher standing at the gate, calling for us to hear her words before it's too late. Will you answer that call? Listen to Weekly Wisdom with Pastor Jeff Shreve on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Story is one of these very, very irrational nightmares that I have. I swear to you. I don't think I've ever said this before on the show, but I have had this irrational nightmare, and like not even a nightmare. I don't know what to call it, because when I'm doing what happened to this person, I'm thinking about it like in real time. I'm like, what if this happened?
Okay.
So not like a nightmare, but like, you know, what are those things that you think like if you're driving and you think you're going to get into an accident or something?
Yeah. We talked earlier this week about, you know, what is your biggest fear? You know, how do you feel like you're going to die?
Uh-huh.
I had mentioned that, God forbid, I start choking on something. What do I do? And then I thought about it the afternoon, and I want to replace my answer.
Okay.
My irrational fear, I don't know.
Because I didn't think the choking was irrational. I thought that was plenty rational.
And this one, I feel like statistically speaking, is not that irrational as well.
What's the new irrational?
But I have found...
You're talking to Sean, who has a fear of floating away in space.
That is true.
It's
That
never,
is extremely
never
What
going to
are you
happen.
talking about? This is a clear and present danger. If I ever go up to space and I float away, I'm going to tell you I was right.
I mean, I feel like the one way to stop that, Sean, is to say, no, I don't want to go to
what
space.
if I'm forcibly taken into space?
So,
what is your fear?
Mine has been, and with the storms this week, that I'll get struck by lightning.
Okay, well, that's not that irrational either.
And I've never had an issue with it. Growing up in Florida, lightning all the time. But boy, when storms start and I'm outside, I'm like, it's happening.
I think about
gotta
it too.
run as fast as possible.
Yeah, but plus that close call that Courtney and I had, I'll never forget that, man. It's a scary thing. Mine's way weirder. This is like, this doesn't make any sense.
I'm about to feel better.
But seeing this story, I'm like, it can happen. It is a thing. I'm going to tell you the truth here. Don't make fun of me, but this is actually something that I stress over and I think about.
Loading this gun.
Each morning when I wake up, I make my way upstairs. We don't ever go upstairs for much of anything except for me to take a bath in the morning. Yes, I take baths. It's a relaxing time and a good way to start my day. Take that.
Okay.
So I go up the stairs and I go into the bathroom, and then I start filling up the bathtub. And as the bathtub's filling up, I'm, getting ready, doing things, whatever. And then I sink into the bathtub. And every single time I go with my feet, I put my feet into the bathtub, I envision the bathtub falling through the floor and crashing down to the first floor.
I thought this was going to be normal until the bathtub is now...
I don't know why.
...going through the floor.
That makes no sense.
Like Breaking Bad
and
style.
I also don't think if it ever were to do that, which is, I don't know, not gonna happen.
Well, it's in this story. That's why I saw this, and I was like,
and an old ass house. But even if it did fall, I don't think you would die.
I don't know what would happen.
Break a leg.
But I imagine myself like Cleveland Brown and Family Guy, and the bathtub just kind of like falls.
No.
I was just about to say, Celine, do your Cleveland impression.
I crash down to the first floor, and then I'm naked, and everything's all broken.
Afraid.
And I am afraid, and I'm wondering what the hell I'm supposed to do. And I dream of every time I step into the bath, I'm like, it's going to fall through the floor. And then I see this story where this woman, Eloise, she was in her
old ass name.
She's now in the hospital. Eloise was in the bathtub, and the bathtub fell right through the floor, and it fell right into the family room when people were there. And so, other folks were at the house.
First of all, naked grandma in the middle of the family room now?
Sean, as a bath...
She's not a grandma. She's a TikToker.
As a bath taker, would you have people over and then say, I'll be right back, and go take a bath?
No, I wouldn't
does
do that. No, I wouldn't do that with people there. No, for sure. I was just doing this in the morning, and Courtney's sleeping half the time. She was taking a bath on the second floor of her home, which literally fell through the ceiling and landed on the first floor among her entire family. And they showed all the photos of this, of the bathtub crashed down to the first floor. And I said, look, it can happen. This is a real thing now. You could actually end up in this situation. I'm going to freak out just thinking about this. Sam on YouTube says, funny thing with Wasson floating away in space, he likely wouldn't be in a spacesuit. So floating away isn't that big of a concern since he'd be dead anyway. Well, in my
good point.
In my mind, I am in a spacesuit. I'm in the spacesuit, and I'm reaching for something, and then I start floating away, and I'm like, and then out into the darkness of space. And I survived for a ridiculously long time.
Sean, I feel like your stress would be so much, less.
Yeah.
If you didn't think about floating into space.
How do I get rid of these thoughts?
Knowing that you'll never have that.
I know, but you know as well as I do that when we fly on planes, you're not going to fall out of the sky in that plane. But you're still scared that you're going to fall out of the sky in the plane.
Yeah, but we can still crash.
And you can't just think it away. I know that that's not the same level of risk of me floating away in space. It's clearly a little less likely to happen.
I just want to double check. You do not want to go to space.
No. I'm not going to space. Because if I went, I'd float away, and then we get the nightmare. I don't want that.
Get a new birthday present for you.
I saw this situation in Miami, which has had a weird week. We had the guy in Miami who got completely naked, had his micro penis on display as he was shaking around and fighting people. And now we have yet another one of these stories. There's a name for this, what they call this when women do this, but I can't think of it right now.
Menstruation.
No, not periods, no. No, when women go out with a guy or pick up a rich guy, and they want to drug him to steal jewelry and money and that stuff.
Hustler starring Jennifer Lopez.
Yes. But do they call them hustlers? Isn't there another name that they call a woman who's going to go pick up a dude and then she's going to drug him and then she's going to rob him? I thought there was a name for that. Because that's what this woman did. And they're on the lookout for this lady, searching for a woman described as white in her mid-30s, standing 5'8" to 5'10", and weighing 140 pounds. I'm sure she'll be upset to hear that was posted in this story.
Yeah, why?
In connection with the alleged theft of more than $500,000 in valuables from this guy's apartment. And this chick looks so Miami. When I saw this, I was like...
How did she steal that much stuff?
This guy was loaded. He was loaded.
And just has stacks of money in a cupboard somewhere?
It was jewelry, real expensive
a lot of these
jewelry.
guys have Like they wear their money, and it's usually
stupid.
It's usually watches.
Yeah, when you see her in the elevator, you'll be like, "Oh my god, this girl is so Miami looking. She looks like this straight up Miami club girl, almost like the OnlyFans girl." I put the link to this up and See It Now over on the newsjunkie.com. So if you go to the website and click the menu, you'll see it Now, and you could watch this. Here it is.
Caught on camera. A woman allegedly gets away with more than $600,000 worth of jewelry after police say she drugged a man. It happened last week at an apartment on the 800 block of Northeast 1st Street. Police tell us the suspect met the victim at a local restaurant earlier in the night. The two shared a drink at his home, and he fell asleep. When he woke up at noon, his safe was open, his jewelry missing, and the woman was gone.
So this chick goes in and she picks him up somewhere. It's late at night. I think they said it was like 5 o'clock in the morning or something. It was real late. And she goes, she's doing this whole thing like, take me home, baby. And then this guy takes her home. They go up to the 37th floor where his apartment is. And I don't know what happens there, but something happens with him getting drugged. And she steals there was a watch and a couple of other things that added up to $600,000.
So 2 Rolex watches, a gold chain, gold bracelets.
Damn, man.
Cartier sunglasses, and a diamond ring.
Jesus. Why?
How about you buy yourself a safe, dude?
No, he had it in the safe. They said when he woke up.
How did he get the code?
I don't know. Maybe he didn't lock it, which is the dumbest thing in the world. You went through all the steps to put your stuff in the safe, and then you left the safe open, or she cracked the safe. And if that's the case, good for you, Ocean's 11. I mean, that's impressive.
Earlier this week, I was doing my karaoke gig, met a friend of a friend who had brought his Tinder date.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found out just a couple days afterwards, I was like, how did so-and-so's Tinder date go?
Right.
It was awful. He said that she passed out like in the car on the way back to home or their car, and she started to freak out as soon as she woke up. And then
she didn't know where she was?
Yeah, and just started screaming. So he did what anyone should do and locked himself in his own room. He woke up the next morning, and she had robbed him of $200 right from his wallet.
Oh, man.
Which is no Rolex, but I can't imagine going on a first date, freaking out, and then looking at that guy's wallet and taking the money out of
doesn't he have information from her? Like, doesn't he know who she is?
That I immediately said, I was like, do you hit up Tinder customer service?
I'd like to report a robbery. I met somebody on your app, and here we are. I don't know where they met each other.
There's not a rating system on Tinder, is there?
I don't know. I don't know.
You can report a user.
I've never been on Tinder. I have no idea how the whole thing works, but this guy got robbed of $600,000. Whenever I see somebody who goes out and they're like, "Oh yeah, I've got a $200,000 watch, and look at my diamond rings and all this," I'm like, "What? What on earth?" It's like when a woman in a man or whatever. When somebody gets engaged in a diamond ring.
You're about to teach us the birds and the bees.
Yeah. They love each other.
When a man and a woman, when a woman gets an engagement ring, and it's like a big giant diamond, and they go, "Yeah, did you see her beautiful ring? It's a $50,000 ring." And they're, wow, this is impressive. I always think that's the dumbest thing in the world. Now people know, first of all, and second of all, you've got this obvious thing that's worth so much money on your hand. People are going to cut your damn fingers off to get it. And you got to watch out, especially if you're going to flash stuff around like that. You get robbed. And they got good enough.
Stay single.
The footage of this is good enough that they're going to find out who this chick is. There's somebody watching this and seeing this elevator footage, and they're like, aha, I know exactly who that is. Miami girl steals $600,000 in jewelry from some guy she just met. All right, let's go over to your dispatches. And we got our friend Mo Manji, the realtor, chiming in here.
Hey, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm on my way down south. I will try not to show my penis to people out there.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
Do your best, please. Mo Manji, we don't want to see you pop up in one of these viral videos. We don't want to see that happen.
Just get out of the Maserati stark naked.
But I would love the idea that, no, he's still full suit, but he's just taking down the pants.
Always well dressed, that Mo Manji. Here is the drunken mailman talking about his absolute worst fear.
Hey, News Junkies. Happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday through the rest of the week.
Well done.
I think my biggest fear when it comes to health is just having like a brain aneurysm, or just a massive heart attack. But I would think the brain aneurysm would probably scare me the most because it could just be out of nowhere. And also, I just drop dead.
Heart attack.
And they find my body probably eventually.
Probably crap
Some
yourself.
people might be sad. Others might not, but, a brain aneurysm would suck. And even if you survived it, maybe you then live the rest of your life with having, like, stroke-type conditions. I mean, it'd just be awful.
A brain aneurysm. You had a brain aneurysm. It's close. You're in the ballpark.
It's not like you're having one when you say it, though.
It does. I feel like it a little bit, too. We want to hear from you. Send your dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now.
Everybody is saying the most obvious thing in chat.
What?
About identifying this woman in Miami.
What are they saying?
She's going to be recognized by her boobs.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's why she looks like a
or
straight
the woman wearing a turtleneck.
Miami club girl. She's got like this little top on with gigantic boobs hanging out and a skirt straight up from the club, and probably met this guy. It's like at the end of the night when the clubs are pouring out, and she's got like a blue Solo cup in her hand. So maybe they went up there.
Cup.
They had some sort of drink together. She put some stuff in his, and then he screwed over. They'll find her for sure. Take a look at that. It's in the See It Now section of the News Junkie app, or at thenewsjunkie.com. Just hit the menu, hit See It Now. You guys asked for jokes. There are a lot of jokes coming in. I mean, there are a lot, and my faith in these jokes are
super low.
Yeah, about as low as they could possibly be, I think. By the way, don't send in like a series of like 3 dispatches in a row. I always delete all of them except for the last one when you do that. Here's, oh God.
Who are you calling out right now?
C-Lane's Gooch.
Okay.
That's who I'm calling out your Gooch right now. Here's
Bad Gooch.
Daytona Beach Travis.
What do you call a pile of cats?
All right, any guesses?
Pile of cats.
You guys asked for this.
Meowton.
Oh, it might be. That might be right.
A pyramid.
Close enough.
What do you call a bigger pile of cats?
A mountain.
A mountain.
All right, this is what you guys are bringing on us today.
I
asked for this.
I did not say jokes.
You
that
asked
is
for
all
songs?
C-Lane.
Well,
Yeah.
the songs have not come in yet, but maybe
So
somebody's
blame
working
me,
one up.
but this is all C-Lane's fault.
If C-Lane was the one who brought this on us, you better hope that one of these at least makes us laugh today.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to at least make us laugh.
C-Lane seems confident for some reason.
I don't know why. You should never have that much confidence in the dispatchers, but maybe the 5%ers will come on.
Confident that this will be a disaster.
That's what you're looking for?
That's what I'm here for.
Weekend mode engaged.
Uh-huh.
Let's see the wheels fall off. Oh, when we come back,
just tumble right down the mountain.
A brilliant new invention, and I think people are going to like this invention.
If you're going to exhale like that, do it on your microphone.
I mean, that joke was worse than the original, man.
I don't know. It's tough to beat in a bad way. When we come back, this invention is mind-blowing. I think C-Lane's absolutely going to love this, and you may be seeing this at restaurants very, very soon. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hear and see the monsters like you never have before. The Monsters Live at Night, rated RRR, June 2nd at Mount Dora Music Hall. Sponsored by TK Law, OneFirmForLife.com. Get your tickets now, online at monsters.fm.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching 92 degrees. Hot and humid, but by early afternoon, showers and thunderstorms will be moving in, bringing heavy rain, frequent lightning, and the chance for gusty winds. So make sure you stay weather aware. We're warm throughout the weekend, so stay hydrated and enjoy the Central Florida sunshine. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing True as One checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Power through every season with True Fuel, the ready-to-use engineered fuel for outdoor power equipment that lasts for years and provides true convenience, true performance, and true protection. True Fuel is ethanol-free and precision-engineered to improve performance and extend the life of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and small generators. With True Fuel in the tank, you're always ready for yard work and everything Mother Nature decides to throw at you. True Fuel. Empower your equipment.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
It's Jeep 4x4 season. Make your next adventure epic and hurry in now for great deals. Now, while qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $369 a month for 24 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution at least through Ally Financial. Current lease must end by 6/3/24. Extra charge for miles over 20,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 5/31/23. Jeep is a registered trademark.
FAS Windows and Doors is the company to use to make your house feel better and look better. You know what they can do? Get rid of those single-pane aluminum frame windows and get you double-insulated vinyl windows. That'll save you money, make your AC work less, make your house look better and feel better. And I tell you, man, they can do it for you fast. Their showroom, easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4. Slide in, pick out the windows that you love, have them installed by their pros, and your house will never, ever be the same. And they can even do that for you in the door as well. Book your consultation today easily at faswd.com.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When pizza's this good, there's no such thing as leftovers. Well, unless you order extras for leftovers. Order today at Marcos.com and load up on favorites like the Pepperoni Magnifico. Marcos. Pizza lovers get it.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Help us help you fight the bot wars on your feed.
Surrender peacefully. Resistance is futile.
Find us and like us. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Local news story I've heard in a very long time, and man, my friend, that is saying something. I'll play this for you in a moment. You'll hear how ridiculous this is. But I think C-Lane's going to like this. I saw this new invention that they're about to have at a whole bunch of restaurants, and I go, oh, I think C-Lane would get on board with this. Sabrina, maybe? I don't know. We'll find out if you're on board as well. Okay. But it's from the Heinz company, which Heinz just, when you think about dominating, nobody dominates like Heinz dominates in the world of ketchup. It's like,
absolutely.
You got, I mean, there's a couple of Hunts people out there.
Gross.
I don't know if it's like a regional thing.
I feel like you have no choice
and then
at that point.
There's a few, and I've only seen this once or twice, but there's a taco place. I don't know if you would call it a taco place, not too far from here. And when you go in there, they have like burgers and stuff too. And we asked for ketchup because Courtney is a ketchup queen. She loves her some ketchup. She puts ketchup on anything she possibly can. And she goes, can I get some ketchup? And they pop the ketchup bottle on the counter, and it's French's ketchup. And I go, what in the hell? These are the mustard people. What are they doing veering into the ketchup lane? Anyhow, Heinz has a new invention. Kraft Heinz has unveiled something that they're calling Remix that you may start seeing in a whole bunch of restaurants. And it's this dispenser. If you're watching on YouTube or twitch.tv/The News Junkie, you can see what it looks like. On the dispenser, they have like buttons and some different settings and stuff.
Okay, this looks like the Coca-Cola Freestyle
It's
machine.
exactly what it is, but it's for sauces. So it's got ketchup, ranch, 57 sauce, barbecue sauce, and other options.
Mayo?
And then you could put whatever you want in it. So you could put that in one of them. And also it has enhancers like jalapeno, smoky chipotle, buffalo, and mango, and 3 intensity levels. So there's like 200 plus combinations you could do.
All right, at first I thought, do we really need this? But
no,
now
we don't.
I mean, and I think the answer is still no. But the enhancers, you're kind of starting to sell me on it.
Enhancers, like, no hate on the Coke machine, but I do feel like sometimes the cherry Coke, for example, is not the same from the direct fountain of a cherry Coke versus picking it on the machine, and then you could see the red juice.
You find yourself like 10 feet from a man who loves a freestyle Coke machine. I've heard C-Lane talk about freestyle Coke machines before. Was that not you?
But he's Diet Coke, which is a whole separate bag of the freestyle Coke machine.
Don't you mix it up every once in a while?
I don't.
What you got in that big gulp over there?
Diet Coke.
Just regular Diet Coke.
Yeah. But I mean, on the freestyle machine, I'll do some cherry. Or maybe an orange Coke. I don't know. We'll see. See how I'm feeling. But
this is like that for sauces.
The only thing that I got really excited for that I thought was cool about the freestyle machine was they adapted them during the pandemic so that you could use them from your phone and not touch them, which I thought was just a brilliant idea.
You don't have to hit the button. And Laheva Rasta on Twitch says, does it all come out of the same hole? Yes.
It does.
I think it does. So you might have a little bit of mix over.
That's what a lot of people hate about the freestyle one, though, because
you're watching it. Like, they'll pour Coke, and then you see a big old, like, concentrated red sauce.
You got
that
like,
is cherry.
Can you hit the button and run it clean for a second? And
then run some water, probably.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do. But you're going to see this at a bunch of restaurants around the country as they put that out there, and people can concoct all sorts of things with it. Okay, to this story, this is one of the dumbest things I've heard of in a long time. There's sometimes stories that I see, and I go, you don't need to do the local news thing. And the local news thing, to me, that can mean several things. But one of the things that I consider the local news thing is where they go, we went out and got both sides of the story. And so if there's a story, they'll get everybody who's outraged, and they'll find one person and be like, I'm not outraged at all. And that's now balanced the story out for them.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm on TV.
This is from WBAL TV in Baltimore, right? And the story is about this jackass who every day is going to a school bus stop with his AR-15 and standing by the school bus stop to protest and show that, there's open carry laws in the state, and to protest some new gun restrictions in the state. If you're protesting gun restrictions with an AR-15 next to a school bus stop, you're not really showing that there's a lot of restrictions on guns in your state.
Right. I think, that being the point, but the fact that you are going to that length and you own an AR-15 is also very telling.
That's terrible to do that. There's kids at this bus stop, and this jackass is just wandering by with this AR-15 slung over his shoulders, pacing around. And I know you can be like, well, don't see guns as scary. They're kids. They're at a bus stop. They see nothing on television except for school shooting stories. Of course they're going to be scared by this. And they're like, we're going to go out and we're going to get both sides of this story. We got to make sure we report this 360. No, sometimes there's one side of the story. This guy's a jackass. You could be for gun rights. You could be for the Second Amendment and also understand that it's categorically wrong to stand next to a bus stop with little kids with an AR-15. That's not what responsible gun owners do. That's not what decent people do.
How is he not disturbing the peace?
I don't know. They're not arresting him for anything as far as I could tell. Let's see what they say. Here's WBAL with this report.
Yeah, he says he's protesting a new state gun control law. Parents who pick up their kids here behind me, meanwhile, say their children are afraid, and they are too.
Of course they are.
Cell phone video
They're gonna
from
show
a
'em.
parent. As a school bus drops off elementary school students, a man with an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle in his hands looks
Look
off.
at it, just chilling out here. This guy is dressed all in black. He's got a red hat on. I don't know if it's a MAGA hat or not, but he's got a red hat on, and he's got an AR-15 standing on the sidewalk, just standing right there by this school bus stop. And it's like, there is no
That's rough,
other
man.
side of this. This guy's just a jerk for doing this. It's not like, oh, well, let's see if he's got a reasoning for this that makes it make sense.
From across the street. Parents in Severn say he's been there for school bus drop-offs.
Camo shirt
for
today.
weeks.
They trade and hide if this thing enters their school, and it's right there. How can they not be a little nervous?
Of course they're
How
going to
can
be
it
nervous.
Not give them anxiety.
Michael Haley says his family had guns growing up. Still, he's been driving his
Look at him. Look, he's got it now on his shoulder, pointing up at the sky like he's a soldier at war, just walking along the sidewalk.
Are they trying to
pointing this
talk
gun
to
up.
him?
I don't know if the news talks to him here. I hope
If they get
do.
both sides of the story,
Yeah,
you would think they would talk to him.
We need to hear from this
kids
man.
home from school using a different route, so his kids don't
Oh,
have
is
to
that a
see the
hunk
man
of,
standing there. The man
I
with
don't
the
know.
gun
Solidarity?
is
Here he
Jamie
is.
McAdory, and he says what he's doing
Hi.
is not about scaring parents or children. It's about protesting the recent gun control measures Governor Westmore signed in.
All right, here's the thing, and this is where you need to level stupidity in real life. Level out stupidity. He says, I'm not here to scare the children. I'm here to protest gun rights. These things can both be true at the same time. You can protest gun rights, but if your protesting of the gun rights is done in such a way by a school bus stop that it is scaring students, then maybe you could do it somewhere else.
Yeah,
Like
you know-
literally anywhere else on the planet you could do it.
I feel as if it seems like he is pro-gun. Like it's not
This guy?
fair.
Oh,
and this
yeah.
is where we're at.
Yeah, this guy's definitely pro-gun.
And so I believe the ones that pass this law and that support the law are going to try to push more that you don't end up with your gun near a school bus stop.
Yeah, but what he's doing is doing this in such a way that I don't think he's
I
going
don't
to have a lot of...
understand the protest here.
I don't understand how he thinks he's going to build any allies. Who's going to look at this and go, yeah, hell yeah, guns by school bus stops. That's what I'm down for.
No, thank you.
Kurt says he'll probably be like, yeah, well, what laws did I break? Yeah, and most everybody dealing with it feels like he's a dick anyways. It's just a bad move. It's just a really stupid
I mean,
move.
if you want to protest the laws, maybe you should walk around with your gun out near somewhere where people make laws.
Yeah,
like a state building.
Somewhere where things actually matter related to what you're protesting, not a school bus stop.
Guns can be safe if it's controlled by
That's
the
him.
right person. I really wasn't coming out here for the kids. I was coming out here to show people that this is legal.
One part of the new law, which takes effect
Cool, you've done
October
that.
1st, it prohibits someone from carrying a gun in areas, quote, for
Look
children.
at this. Imagine this was your neighborhood, and this dude is just like he's in a war.
He seems nuts.
He's got his hand on the barrel. He's got his other hand on the stock of the gun, and he's walking like he's walking through a battlefield, and he's about to lay out some people.
And for what? You're by yourself, man.
He's not even, and this is,
Talk
I think,
about a little bit of a red flag.
it is very strange, and he seems like kind of calm about it. But the fact is, you could do this where you just had it like kind of strapped to you or something, and you were displaying the weapon. He's holding it and walking around, and like the barrel's moving around, pointing at things. It's the worst kind of way you could possibly do this. Let's see what else he says here.
Or vulnerable adults, like a school or health facility. As McAdory talked with the I-Team, drivers stopped to show their approval
Hell yeah, man.
Awesome,
and
man.
disappointment.
I really want
You're
you
a
to
clown.
understand, I mean no harm to no one. I'm actually a deterrence away from the crime that we always have here.
McAdory also says his local neighborhood
on.
pays for a police officer to park in the area most nights.
He
to
looks
deter
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Can I tell you that?
It's like he's on patrol. He's just walking on patrol like he's keeping somebody
Yeah, but
safe.
it's just a pair of legs with jeans.
The problem is this.
Streamers will get that joke.
How do you keep people aware of what's going on in their surroundings and ready to respond to a threat? You tell them that if you see somebody just wandering around with a gun in a neighborhood, you should get away from that person.
Well,
That's what I would tell my
Have the cops not been
kid.
called on him?
They have a bunch of times, but I guess
they
there's,
can't do anything.
I don't think there's anything they could do. And again, like I'm all about like the Second Amendment. I would never want to take anybody's guns away, but this guy's like the worst representation, and he's hurting that cause. I think. Ari over on YouTube. I'm for open carry, but DeSantis might as well be King George in every other aspect. What a hoser, he says, going after the Florida governor there. Let's see how they wrap this up.
Says he and other
We got
neighbors
both sides.
can do that for free. Anne Arundel County Police say in a statement that McAdory is permitted to do what he's doing under Maryland law, and that officers, quote, are in the area to help ease growing concerns between students and parents. Haley says McAdory has made his point and asks him to stop what he's doing.
It's over, bud.
I wouldn't want my kids walking by someone holding a couple of meat cleavers in their hands either.
Okay. All right. Well put, Dad. You know what, Dad? That's right.
Just so you know, in case you were wondering. And the dad is so right, not about the meat cleaver part, but about, hey, you proved your point, dude. Okay, you can legally do this. All right, we hear you. Now you got the report. Now get away from the bus stop, man. What the hell? This is a terrible idea.
The principal of the elementary school, Principal Smith,
yeah,
wrote in a letter to parents that police are increasing their presence in the vicinity of the school's bus stops to help alleviate fear and anxiety, and she offers the following tips. To ask parents and guardians to increase their presence at bus stops and advise children that they should ask the man to leave them alone.
Oh, great.
And walk away if they are approached by him.
Yeah.
That man snaps? What happens?
Well, people die if this guy snaps. And even if he's like totally calm and collected and I don't think he's a responsible gun owner. I'm just going to be honest with you. When you act like that, I don't think it's responsible. I think he's really doing a disservice for all of the people who want to retain their gun rights. That's a bad look. And get the hell out of there. You proved your point. Send us a dispatch. What do you think about this? Should this guy be able to do this? Or should he just go home already? TheNewsJunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. All right, let's see what we have here. We've got some people chiming in. We got dispatches coming in. Here's Laureen. She says this is about bathtubs and fear.
Laureen.
Don't scare me more, please, Laureen.
Hey, happy Friday.
Saturday.
Sean, I don't think there's anything wrong with bathing daily in a bathtub as opposed to a shower. I think where everyone gets a little, weirded out is the fact it's just not normal typically for a man. That's all.
Why not?
But regardless, I think the same.
Why did baths become a feminine thing? How does that make any sense?
Why did rom-coms become a feminine thing?
Because it's about things that women like. It's about
women love baths.
Yes, but why can't men love baths too?
Why can't men love rom-coms?
They can. I do. There's a lot of guys who do. C-Lane likes a good rom-com.
I do.
And these things are fine. But the bath thing,
especially when they're heavy on the comm.
I mean, people will be like, "You take a bath? Oh my god,
that was really bad.
What are you, a chick?"
Wasn't a joke.
And it's something that is just—it's a waste of your breath. I'm never going to stop. I'm going to keep doing it because I deserve the relaxation. All you people riling me up, I need at least some. Oh no, we got another joke coming in.
Yeah,
and this is not going to be great.
Teacher's playing a guessing game with her class. She says, I have something behind my back. It's long, it's yellow, and has a stem on the end of it. Julia raises her hand and says, it's a banana. She said, no, it's a squash, but I like the way you're thinking. Next, she says, I have something round and red, has a stem on it. And Bobby raises his hand and says, it's an apple. And she said, no, it's a cherry, but I like the way you're thinking. Little Billy stands up and says, Teacher, I got something in my pocket. It's big, it's round, and it's got a head on the end of it. She said, Billy, that's it. You go to the office. He goes, actually, it's a quarter, but I like the way you're thinking.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
It was a journey.
That one took a while.
That's like that joke. Have you ever had one of your friends tell you the joke about, like, every time a zipper drops 3 inches, a pea gets wet? Have you ever heard this before? Okay. There's this joke that a lot of people tell. I'm sure a bunch of people, when I say this, are going to understand what I'm saying. The setup, I kid you not, is like 3.5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And it's like this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and then
That's like the welcome joke.
it's too much. You got to get right to it. You just hit us in the face with it, and we know that you're going to be capable of this on a Friday. So let's see what you got. Okay, we'll get to more of your dispatches momentarily. Go to thenewsjunkie.com for those. A woman got an email from her boss, and she says, "How dare you?" But she was reading things a bit wrong, I think. We'll see. I'll read the email to you. Maybe you think it was bad. We'll get into that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2023 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 16th through the 29th in Lock Haven Park. Got a button yet? Tickets and buttons available now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Weatherby Road is closed due to an accident heading westbound west of Boggy Creek Road and before Landstar Boulevard. Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect bumper-to-bumper traffic heading eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's congestion on I-4 westbound between World Drive and after Osceola Polkline Road. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto Insurance.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you could stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Folks, we live in Central Florida. It's getting hot, real hot out there. So at the end of the workday, when you go home, you expect that your air conditioner is going to be working. That's the least you can expect. You want to be comfortable all weekend long. And there's a company out there that has the best technicians and has an honesty principle, and they really do want to help you out. This is a company that's locally owned and operated and family owned and operated. Those are things that I know you support. This is a company called Mills Air. So if you have a problem with your AC, maybe it's newer, but it's just not as cold as it used to be, have them come out and take a look. They'll get you all fixed up, and whatever it costs, it's going to be a fair price from them, always from Mills Air. If you need a replacement, number one, don't panic. They have financing for basically everybody out there. You can learn about that at millsair.com. But this could be good for you because one of these new carrier units, they're really they're tuned in, and they don't take as much power as the old units did. They save a lot on your power bill every single month because of the new technology that goes into them. And they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer over at Mills Air, so go over to them. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today to schedule your appointment, 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Tony Rock on May 19th and 20th.
Because whatever your deficiency is, alcohol will treat it.
Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail server, and wait staff, food runners, and dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Every road trip is a chance to explore. Let the Autio app bring your next drive to life with fascinating narrated tales about the places you go. Audio features over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, tales of local legends, natural wonders, and history, with many stories narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Download the winner of the Webby Award for Best Travel App, Audio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Available from the App Store and Google Play.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
At SimpliSafe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from SimpliSafe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now, install SimpliSafe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at SimpliSafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates, it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Quitting nicotine isn't easy, which is why Tobacco-Free Florida offers free tools and services like free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're also trying out music to help motivate smokers to quit.
Not another cigarette would be late. Now there's someone living tobacco-free. It's you.
Wow. Okay. You know, maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
Unlimited miles, unlimited time. The new lifetime warranty is at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
A woman is suing her boss over an email she got. I'm going to read you that email in just a moment. But Jimmy Buffett's in the hospital. Saw this today, and they said it was pretty bad, whatever it was. They said immediate medical issues, which I don't know about you guys, but that sounds kind of bad to me.
Too many cheeseburgers in paradise.
Possibly. I don't know how he's doing medically, but...
Is that still your favorite burger?
It is a good burger, actually. If you go to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville restaurants, and no place has more merch as a restaurant than Margaritaville. Maybe Cracker Barrel. Would you consider that merch at Cracker Barrel?
Do they have Cracker Barrel brand all over it? Or it's like
only
you can get
some of this stuff.
Weird table game.
Yeah, they always have that stupid thing with like the little golf pegs that you move around, that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's considered merch, but at Jimmy Buffett's place, it's straight up merch.
Yeah.
Everything you can put your name on, he's got his damn name on.
My parents went on the Margaritaville cruise.
Oh, yeah?
Have you seen any TikToks about it?
No, I haven't seen anybody talk about it.
So it's all very theme, but apparently a bit of a a crusty ship.
Yeah, it's not very big, or it's like
not
old.
very clean.
So they had like an old Royal Caribbean
Allegedly.
ship, and they're like, let's just recycle this sucker, put Margaritaville on the side. Well, he and his band were set to play this weekend in Charleston, South Carolina, and he posted on social media. He said, "I had a sudden change of plans this week that affected us all. 2 days ago, I was just back from a trip to the Bahamas, thawing out from the California winter tour and chomping at the bit to get to Charleston. I had to stop in Boston for a checkup, but wound up back in the hospital to address some issues that needed immediate attention." And he said, getting old is tough. So I hope he's going to be all right out there. Jimmy Buffett, man.
His direct quote is, "Getting old is not for sissies."
Yeah. Getting old,
promise you.
Only for the brave, not for sissies out there. Jimmy Buffett, rich, laid back life. I mean, he's kind of got it made. That was a good spawn point.
I'd be curious if we could quantify this, but our friend that used to work at Hard Rock would offer that Hard Rock has more merchandise than Margaritaville.
Oh, they do have a big ass thing with merch in there too, but I don't know if they have more. That's weird. That
they have a whole
that.
store.
Yeah, they have a whole
Do
store.
they have their own weed?
I don't know if they have weed like Jimmy Buffett does. He's got lots of things and planes.
I've smoked some of Jimmy's weed.
Have you?
Yeah.
How was it?
So have I.
It was nice.
Both of you stoners have smoked Jimmy Buffett's weed?
Okay, first of all,
stole it right out of his tour bus.
That's not true. Otherwise, tell me that story. I want to hear that.
Mine was prescribed by a doctor.
Yes, I understand that you.
Mine was also prescribed by a doctor.
Why are you lying?
It was prescribed to somebody by a doctor.
Which didn't necessarily say Christopher Lane on the prescription, but somebody got that. He's a rich man. He's a wealthy man with a great life, but now he's not doing so well. So we'll see what happens to him.
That's Jimmy Buffett and John Morgan.
I know. Yeah, there's a lot of people who live that life where you go, that's the way to go. Just relaxing, never worry about money, get to do all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But everybody dies.
It's all about that music too, though.
I hate his.
I don't see Slipknot like living that same lifestyle when they retire.
Slipknot seems like they're angry all the time. Like you couldn't picture Slipknot on a beach drinking like a fruity drink or something.
But then
I
again,
could.
you could.
I could 100% see Slipknot
with the masks on,
getting done with their set, and then going, "All right, guys, back to beach time.
We gotta get an appletini."
Everybody thinks we're one thing.
As we all get older, like you start to hear these stories about the hardcore metal bands as they grow, like we do. And I'll never forget, like Cannibal Corpse, the lead singer who has that crazy neck. Like his favorite hobby is to play on like claw machine.
Oh,
toy.
really? That's what he's into?
He has a world record for being that good at it, and then he donates all those toys to charity.
You can
and
never
I'm like,
picture that.
And then he goes, rah!
There's a worker who is now suing her boss for an email that she got from this boss. And she says, this is so inappropriate, excuse me. I'm going to read you the email, and you tell me if you agree that it's inappropriate or if you are very confused. Because
inappropriate or super confused.
I was on the super confused side. All right, here's the email. Came from the boss, Mr. Goulandris, and he emails this woman, Karina Gasparova. He says, Karina, can you please complete the following? The solution that is currently used by XX Agris companies and YY barge lines in corn cargoes and south-north flows in the ? Waterways.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Also, can you remind me of what the balance of the rollout will be and the approximate timing? Thanks. Now, if I got that email, it would be the same as when Jim was asked to do a rundown on The Office.
Yeah.
And you go, yep, of course. And then you're like, what? What does any of this mean? What am I doing with this? Now, she said when she got this, she was immediately offended, and she knew she was going to quit and sue the company because she believed this was sexual harassment from him. Now, what I just read didn't seem like sexual harassment to me, but it did to her. She thought the use of XX, when I said that in the email, she thought that meant kisses, and YY was some kind of way to ask for sex with her.
Is this across the pond?
This is, it doesn't say where it is, but I think it's in the UK. I think it's in London. Yeah, it's in London where this happened.
So I can at least vouch for XX is their XOXO.
Yes. Oh, is it really? That's how they do XOXO?
Yeah.
But that's not how he's doing it in this sentence. He's using it as something else. And then he signed the email, AJG, And she said, "Oh my God, I cannot believe this." She filed a complaint with work and filed a lawsuit against him because she said she thought AJG stood for a jumbo genital. That's where her mind went.
No.
Episode name.
No.
When she read AJG at the end of the email, her brain fired off all these synapses and said, that means a jumbo genital.
I mean, it's very creative on her part. I'll say that.
And this guy is trying to have sex with me. I can't do this. And so the lawsuit is underway. I don't know if she's going to be successful.
I think she already lost.
Did she? The story I had from the BBC just said that the lawsuit was underway.
Yeah, woman, this is NDTV.
Doesn't surprise me that she lost.
But it says, woman sues her boss mistaking XX in males for kisses, loses in court.
Mm-hmm. And jumbo genitals. That's not what I would think when I saw that. All right, here, let's go over to a couple of you with your dispatches. You can leave yours at thenewsjunkie.com. Here is, let's see. Let's go over to Bruise Traveler. Talk about laid back Slipknot. Oh, hang on. That's just coming in right now. I'll grab it for you so we can all hear this together. Here is Bruise Traveler.
Hey, guys. You were talking about Jimmy Buffett, and then a joke about Slipknot came up. So I actually had to deliver a $93,000 Ram TRX to Jim Root of Slipknot up in Jacksonville. He bought one down in Titusville, and it needed to go up there. Anyway, this guy who is known for being a badass on stage, looking all imposing, he's like 6'8". He comes out of his
is he really that
house,
tall?
which is a super nice place, with his hair up in a man bun, wearing Crocs, and just a shirt with like a bleach stain and a hole in it.
Yeah, and I don't know why we do this. I don't know why we think these people are this way all the time. Like Marilyn Manson probably wears Crocs too, right? Like probably sits in shorts.
I heard he's kind of a dick.
On his couch. He is a dick. I've heard that from people who I know personally who met Marilyn Manson. But the idea that they're just going to be Slipknot all the time, of course that's not going to be the case.
They brush their teeth with the mask on.
Yeah, they're never going to live life like that. They're going to be totally normal, just like you and I, or at least kind of close to it. Tell us what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your dispatch right now. There is now some information coming in from the science world. We subscribe to the journal Science. We all read this regularly.
I just read a little bit this morning.
It's very good stuff. We do that so that we can be very much informed and we can inform you of things that we learn from the journal Science. But in this month's journal Science, they have traced back something that I didn't think you would ever be able to trace back. In fact, this sounds like a question that Courtney would ask me. I told you, like, one day we're walking down the street, and I try not to get mad at her for this because there's nothing wrong with it. She's done nothing wrong. But she'll ask me these questions, and I'll go, how do you expect me to know the answer to this? And the question she asked me, she goes, who do you think wore the first pair of shoes ever? And I'm like,
oh, wow. I mean, it's a great question, though.
I said, I have no idea. And so I start to try to answer it. I'm like, I'm sure people started
who
wrapping
invented
things
the shoe?
around their foot. I have no idea. But she asked these questions, and they're good questions. It's just like, I don't even have a shot to know the answer to this stuff. The question that they answered in the journal Science this month was, when was the first ever kiss? When did the first ever kiss?
And they determined that.
They said they know when this happened. They said it's 4,500 years ago.
For me, it was junior year.
The first kiss for human beings, not just sea lion, started. And then they said sexual or romantic kissing began 3,500 years ago.
Yeah, because people kiss on the lips to just say hello.
In what is now India. So it turned into, like, if you're going to kiss somebody, it's like a sexual precursor to kiss somebody. And before, I guess they were just going right down to it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't start that way.
And I think that right now we're at a good hybrid in society. I mean, there are people that kiss in the mouth without any sexual stuff tied into it.
I don't do that.
You and C-Lane have kissed.
Yeah, but that's just
me
like
and C-Lane have
stage
kissed.
stuff. I don't like. Do you guys kiss your friends?
In the mouth?
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Not usually the
but
mouth.
It's not like upon greeting. It's just like, we're at the Miley Cyrus concert. Kiss in the mouth.
Yes. Wait, what?
None of your business.
We're at the Miley Cyrus concert, kiss on the mouth?
Why can't I just, like, make up a situation without you guys questioning
it? Just didn't seem like a situation where a kiss was warranted.
Well, go to a Miley Cyrus concert.
Was everybody just making out all around you?
It wasn't a makeout. It was a friend kiss.
A friend
my
kiss.
birthday.
A friend
My
kiss.
last year birthday, I kissed like several people.
Okay.
Except for my future wife. That was one of the strippers.
How did this go down? Are you
I
talking
said,
about
let's kiss. It's my birthday. Do what I want.
you? Okay.
See, you know what? I'm not giving any
Was
personal
Miley
stories
Cyrus
anymore.
playing?
Because your responses make me feel like I am in a weird spot
You
here.
said you kissed 4 people on your birthday. I was just inquiring about. So were those friend kisses or?
Yes.
Okay, so those are all friend kisses.
Yeah, not people I
Is
have
a tongue
any-
involved?
No.
No, just like a pucker on the lips, just like a little kiss.
You ruined it by saying pucker.
Whatever it's called. What is it? I don't like kissing. I think kissing is weird.
Are you serious?
You guys don't think kissing is kind of weird?
I love kissing.
Like taking your mouth and putting it on somebody else's mouth hole and like just slobbering around and stuff. You don't think
Yeah,
that's
I
pretty weird?
love kissing.
I bet the first person that
It's the
did it
best.
all those years ago, the other people who were watching them was like, "What the hell?" I bet they were so weirded out, and I think they were right. You know, I'll do
Okay,
it.
but also remember back in ancient times, like
Yeah.
there was very weird kissing that we would not be doing.
And imagine the
it's
breath
like
on those
older
people.
dudes kissing little boys.
Oh yeah, there was all kinds of. They did not follow social norms of today. They certainly got weird.
The tongue suck thing is that's weird.
Old Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
All
The
these
old
are weird.
Dalai Lama.
But if that was a thing that people just started doing, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I just did a little tongue suck," and you would think that was a normal thing. I think it's weird.
You don't have a makeout session every once in a while?
I'll make out with Courtney, sure. I mean, it's not.
But she knows you hate it?
No, I don't hate it. I just think it's kind of a weird thing that we do as humans. It's like dancing is a weird thing. It's like flailing.
That's just
because
you're no good at it.
Exactly.
No, I'm good at the makeout part. I think you know.
No, I meant dancing.
No, I'm not good at the dancing thing. But you're equating the two, and I'm saying it's not because I'm not good at that I don't like these things. I just think it's
you're
weird.
the only one that could speak for this. How was Sean's kissing? Do you remember?
We didn't kiss.
We
like
didn't
that.
make out.
No, there wasn't that much tongue. I don't
Okay,
think.
but did he have like a very like hard pucker?
Why would I know
Or
this?
was it soft? Because you kissed him.
Yeah, but this is not stuff that
You
I
don't remember any of it.
I
I remember.
kissed plenty fine. I'm not some weirdo.
C-Lane's lips were very soft.
You know how many people I've kissed? I've kissed a lot of people.
Cool.
Okay, what this guy?
I know what I'm doing.
I can look. I will. I'm answering for this.
Uh-huh.
I platonically kissed C-Lane many years ago.
And you liked
and
it?
I would say that he had soft lips.
Okay.
That's true.
All right,
I mean,
don't get too
but-
full of yourself over there. You got one compliment.
Okay,
on this.
Mr. I've made out with a lot of people.
I was
love to
defending
kiss.
myself. All I'm doing is putting up a shield and defending
You're
myself.
probably
over here.
all tongue. Like you probably
I'm not
engulfed
all
someone's
tongue.
mouth.
I'm dancing around like a champion in there.
Courtney,
I
get
know.
in here. Let's
no,
interview her.
No, we're not doing this again. We're not doing it for what 5 years. Every time Here I Go Again on My Own came on, people publicly got us to make out with each other. Weird.
You could have said no.
That could be tied into the tragedy. You can't say no when there's that much peer pressure. People are bullies, and they're mean about this. All I'm saying, no, it's not happening.
Courtney!
Not doing it, no. She's gone. She's at lunch with her mom. Thank God.
Oh, God. Are they listening to the show?
You guys can't at least agree with me that to take your mouth and your tongue and to slam it into another person's mouth and tongue and to like intertwine your tongues, move them all around is a little bit weird. A little bit weird of a thing to do.
I don't think so. I really
I think
don't.
you're just used to it.
No, respectfully. I mean, if you're going to go on that route, like, isn't it slamming your genitals into each other also a strange act?
Yeah, but that feels good.
So does kissing.
Kissing
man.
doesn't feel good.
Kissing does feel good.
How does kissing feel good? Like maybe the touching around kissing feels good, but
we are so different.
nothing
people.
about like somebody moving their tongue around your mouth makes you excited.
If done the right way, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I've done the wrong way. That's super weird.
You ever been with
Turn you
someone
off.
who's a terrible kisser?
Who thinks that making out is just sticking your tongue in there and wiggling it all around? Oh
Like as
my
a
god!
And their eyes are
think
closed, but yours are fully open. Like, get me out of this situation.
I think I bit a girl's tongue once just so I could go.
Christopher.
Stop! Stop doing that. That is not how you do it.
There are people who are very, very bad at
You
it.
ever kiss someone with dead lips?
No, I don't
They're
think
like-
what's dead lives.
Where, like, you're kissing, but they're not.
Oh, okay.
Or they're just like, they're completely still. And then
And
all of
you're
a sudden
doing all
you're
the
just
work?
like, okay, where is this going?
And then
Do
you
you think you're kissing?
You feel like the person's like unconscious, and
Okay,
that's
no.
Well, yeah, if the person's not moving.
You're a dead lips, aren't you?
No, I'm not a dead lips.
I think I might just come
here's
kiss
the
you
thing.
to see what
Here's
it's
the
like.
thing. Your distaste for me makes you think I'm bad at all
I don't
of
have
these
distaste
things.
for you.
Yes, you have at least a little bit of distaste for me. You have
If
to,
that's what makes you feel better, just the way that you speak about kissing makes me feel as if
Look,
you've had bad experiences.
I know this is hard for you to believe, but
I bet Courtney's a great kisser.
I am you're not kissing Courtney, all right? Is
that for secret
I'm
shows?
skilled at all of that. I'm skilled
Will I
at
be
all
invited
of these
back?
things. All right, I just think it's weird. I think it's a little bit strange. And no, there's lots of weird suggestions in chat right now. You guys are just as weird.
This?
I don't know if we can get away from this. We've created a bit of an issue here. But
You did this.
I think I proved my point, all right? To put your tongue in somebody else's mouth and wiggle it around is kind of weird. It's a little bit weird.
You do the ABCs. You spell it out.
No, that's when you're doing something else.
That's the downstairs kids.
Yeah. That's
wow.
That's and I tried that one time.
Okay.
And
I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna go ahead. Flag on the field. Let's go to dispatches.
And the person was like, "What are you doing?" Thought this was an
I just
advanced
got the
move.
F.
I thought this is what I'm supposed to do. Oh, let's work some dispatches in
Yes,
to distract us. And McKip on YouTube. I'm not a bad kisser. I know what I'm doing. I think it's kind of weird. All right, here's the brown pony with the dispatch. Let's see what they say.
Sean, please stop describing kissing.
Why?
You are giving me a boner.
Unexpected. Thank you. Here is Justin with the dispatch.
You guys are killing me today. Oh my God. Hilarious. Today's Friday. Birthdays tomorrow.
Saturday, Sunday.
Man, it's going to be a great weekend. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Happy
you.
birthday.
Well, that's the truth. The scientists said they found out the first kiss between two people that was sexual or romantic kissing was 4,500 years ago in Mesopotamia, and then it just spread around the world. Are there any cultures or countries where their style of making out is really different? Like French kissing is called French kissing because I think that's where it came from, and maybe
French class.
Maybe not other people were doing that, but like
It's tonsil hockey from Canada.
if you go to Canada, do they make out differently? If you go to Indonesia, do they make out differently than they do here?
No,
Or-
I'll tell you where they make out differently is like in the Amish country. I feel like,
yeah.
or perhaps like
I don't think they
where
make
they have
out.
multiple wives.
Oh God, like Utah, like the Mormon
Like,
world.
I mean, we've seen on enough reality television that
Uh-huh.
you can tell where people have not ever kissed before.
Yeah, it's stiff. There was a couple of the 90 Day Fiance things where at the wedding was the first kiss, or was it? Is that the one 90 Day Fiance or Married at First Sight?
What was the one that sticks out for 90 Day Fiance was when Big Neck Ed wanted to kiss the girl, and then but to kind of break the ice, he asked how to say kiss in her language, and then he's and like just say it was meaty or something. He's like, I would like to meet you. So it was just like
my favorite about Big Ed or Big Neck Ed was how disgusted his fiance was of him.
Yeah, she couldn't
That
even
had nothing to
pretend.
do with him.
She wouldn't even pretend that she was into it. Okay, quick break. We'll be back in just a moment with more of your dispatches. The next episode is on the horizon this week in Florida. We have a lot going on. Our friend Mo is joining us. It's a busy Friday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Facebook, more than a place to remind you of birthdays. Find us and like us. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on US 192 heading eastbound before Old Vinland Road. The left shoulder is blocked. You can expect stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's congestion on I-4 westbound between World Drive and after Osceola Polk Line Road. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Don't miss the boat, my friends. Compare your quote today. That mortgage guy, Don, president of Happy Home Mortgage Brokerage and host of the Home Loans Radio Show, he is here for you with over 250 five-star Google reviews and 1,100 reviews at Experience.com. All very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I could say with full confidence that he's looking out for you, because chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don's going to review your quote today. Now, Don, he's a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. If you want to see a difference, go to the website. You'll see chock full of information for you, very easy to navigate through, and of course, direct access to the man himself. Any question you have, you can hit up Don via live chat, email, Zoom call, or get your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. Get the process started today and go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassey's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassey's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassey's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, Wassey'sMeatMarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassey'sMeatMarket.com.
The Orlando Fringe Festival is back May 16th through the 29th. This isn't just a theater festival. It's 2 weeks of live entertainment, including unique theater experiences, free entertainment on the outdoor stage, visual art displays, plus kid-friendly shows. Join Real Radio in a celebration of independent artists at this year's Orlando Fringe Festival. 100% of the ticket sales go directly to the artists. Orlando Fringe Festival May 16th through the 29th. Go to orlandofringe.org for tickets and info.
Sharing your health story matters.
I lost my sister to cervical cancer. When I'm teaching about women's cancers, I'm thinking about her, and I'm doing this for her.
Joining the All of Us research program means contributing to research that may help people of different backgrounds.
This research process will only become better if we have more diverse communities involved. We need to be represented. We need to be part of this medical breakthrough.
Take part in the largest health database of its kind.
Get involved with all of us, because any medical breakthrough that we'll see has to have your input. It has to have part of you in it.
Share your health stories today and help guide the discoveries of tomorrow. Learn more at joinallofus.org/NIH. This message is paid for by the All of Us Research Program.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get summer ready with these hot deals. Get $3 tanks for women and girls, $5 women's jelly shoes, and $7 beach towels. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 5/20 and 21, select styles only.
Now, it's your time to make more money and be your own boss. Come to the Franchise Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Hyatt Regency Orlando to meet with the best money-making franchises. Learn how you can open a successful business. This life-changing event is your only chance to see all the hottest money-making opportunities in one place. Find the perfect business for you at the Franchise Show, presented by the Entrepreneur Source. This weekend, the Hyatt Regency Orlando. Get tickets at FloridaFranchiseShow.com.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 30% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. At participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
The McCafe Oreo Frappe has altered my brain chemistry. It's got tasty mocha, a hint of coffee, and Oreo cookie pieces. All of this deliciousness is blended with ice, then covered in whipped topping and even more Oreo cookie pieces. Whoa, that's cold. Brain Frappe! Hurry, the McCafe Oreo Frappe is back for a limited time. Use the McDonald's app and get 20% off your order of $1 or more. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 5/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day until supplies last. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license.
Jesse Kelly
Kelly here. If given the choice between financial stress or peace of mind, I will always choose peace of mind. That is why I've secured gold and silver from the Oxford Gold Group. Having precious metals in your home safe or in your 401k or IRA should be considered your investment strategy. Simply put, it's a portfolio protection plan. One app, one call, and you pick your precious metals. That's it. You now own real precious metals just like I do. Call 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
In the Hollywood crowd, and I've ranted about this before, but this is the one that just kills it for me. And when you get all these fancy Hollywood types, the elitists over in Cannes to watch all the films before everybody else gets to, and they all like the smell of each other's farts, and they really just enjoy being better than regular peasants out there.
Just all movies about gay cowboys eating pudding.
There's a lot of people who pat themselves on the back at these events. And I've complained before, because I think it's one of the dumbest things in the world, about the standing ovations that happen after these movies at movie festivals, especially Cannes. And I think we've had some that were like a 10-minute standing ovation, a 15-minute standing ovation. And we talked about considering how long these morons were all standing up like, all right, yeah, for 15 minutes of your life, you're standing up doing this. If you like something, all I have to do is say, well, that was fantastic. That was really great. And do a round of applause for like a minute or so and then get on with your life. The idea that you're standing there for 15, 20 minutes is ridiculous to the extreme. And I saw that they just premiered Indiana Jones 5, which was over at Cannes with Harrison Ford. I didn't even know they were working on Indiana Jones 5. I know one of the last ones was not really well received.
The Shia LaBeouf
Yeah.
one?
Crystal of the Skull or something like that.
Was he in it, or was that the one he was in for 5 minutes?
I think that one was heavy Shia LaBeouf, and I don't know about his involvement in
Running
it.
for his life.
This one, he's back at it, Harrison Ford. And there was like a couple of weird things. When they went to the event, they sat his wife behind him instead of next to him.
It's a beautifully awkward thing. It was very, what was it, Katy Perry-esque?
So yeah,
they're
looking around like, yeah, what are we doing here? Why am I sitting in front of you instead of behind, beside you?
Is that an option?
Yeah, when you're at places, I don't know. It seems rude to do that. So they sat his wife behind him. And also, I did not know Harrison Ford's wife is Callista Flockhart. I had no idea that was who he was with, but she was with him
Callista
at this
Flockhart
event.
is
she was in a bunch of stuff. I can't remember
what was the TV show that she's famous for?
Oh, I'll look it up. Hang on. Callista Flockhart.
That's a fun name.
Yeah, you remember that name. She was in...
Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal, that's right. That was a big one for a little while. She's been married to Harrison Ford since 2010. So they do this premiere, Indiana Jones 5. All these losers at Cannes are just full of themselves, and they're watching this movie. And this is the headline. I tell you this because this is the death of it for me. It says, Indiana Jones 5 gets lukewarm 5-minute Cannes ovation as Harrison Ford says an emotional goodbye. And they're running down the movie because it only got a 5-minute standing ovation at the movie festival.
I think the precedent for cons is like, if you don't get a 12-minute standing ovation, the movie's no good.
Can we maybe bring that back? So, like, if the movie is no good, you don't get any standing ovation?
That's for the movie theater, Sean. Come on.
No matter what, you get a 5-minute standing ovation. That's just we're being polite here. For 5 minutes, we'll do this. And imagine yourself, for all the seconds that are going to pass by, doing that standing ovation. And they said this was like an insult, that it was only 5 minutes. This is stupid. It says, it turns out Indiana Jones could be a softie. On Thursday night at the Cannes Film Festival, Harrison Ford fought back tears several times at the premiere of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. the fifth and perhaps final chapter of one of the most celebrated franchises in movie history. And no expense was spared as Disney jetted its top executives, including CEO Bob Iger and Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy, to the south of France for the summer action film directed by James Mangold. But when the credits rolled, Cannes mustered a muted standing ovation for Indy's latest adventure. Yes, the applause lasted for 5 minutes, but by Cannes standards, that's more of a polite formality.
Yeah.
So stupid.
It's stupid, but also, what were they thinking showing Indiana Jones at Cannes? It's not like isn't Cannes supposed to be for independent films?
I think they do all kinds of stuff, but you're right. Generally, it's like some movie that is much more artsy than an Indiana Jones movie would be. And it's a polite formality to do this for 5 minutes. And so you got to get at least 10 to 12, maybe 15 minutes. And then that means your movie is good. That would be like every movie starting out with a 100% Rotten Tomato score, and a perfect Rotten Tomato score was 200%. Why not make it 0 to 100 like it is? That's the way things work. But this is how they are. This is what these people do and what these celebrities are up to most of the time. Okay, I want to tell you about a couple of things, including I didn't know Princess Diana was this dirty, but she was a racy princess, I guess.
Dirty girl.
I'll get into that in a second. You keep the sexy music handy there, because I was surprised by this. You know what? Let's just do it now while we have an opportunity.
Okay.
Right? So let me bring this up so you can see this. Princess Diana, she had some greeting cards that she sent to somebody that are being sold at an auction, and she sent these to the King of Greece. And I said, oh, okay, so she sent the King of Greece some greeting cards. And then I look at the greeting cards that she sent. They're like dirty greeting cards.
Oh, it's so 90s.
And one says, what's the definition of the perfect man? You see this? What's the definition of a perfect man? It has a woman in her underwear, and then you just see a man's head down by her waist.
Yes.
And it says when you open it up,
agreed,
a midget with a 10-inch tongue who can breathe through his ears. That's what the card said. From Princess Diana to the King of Greece. And then the other one says, Adam came first. Men always do when you open it up. And I was like, whoa.
Also, it seems to be from the same artist.
Yeah, they look like they're exactly
Can't
the
imagine
same.
that's a Hallmark staple, but...
What's it say on it? Girls talk or something? I can't see what it says, but on here it says what the name brand is of it.
You know what's crappy is the fact that this was sent by Princess Diana to the King of Greece, and it wasn't until both of them died that some slimy snake was like, I'm going to sell it.
Let's take this out. It's sexy. People will like this.
Clearly, both of them had an inside joke going.
They sold for $8,677.
Not as much as I would think.
And this was sent in, I think, around 1988 or 1989. She sent it to the King of Greece. And you just go, wow.
There used to be, I remember shopping for gift cards once, and like at one of the Targets that was nearby, there used to be a section that had like, not offensive, but like adult gift cards. Or
they put like a sleeve over it?
No, not
it just
like
was more
sexual.
racy?
It was more racy. So it'd be like, heard you're pregnant on the cover of the thing, and you open it up, it says whore.
Just a little more aggressive than your average shoebox card, I guess.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you. Send us a dispatch. Join us on the show. You can do it from your phone, your laptop, your computer, wherever you are. As long as you got a microphone, you can use the technology at thenewsjunkie.com to record your first dispatch right now. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Ludacris locked in a Walk of Fame star while Travis Scott locks his new album to a security guard. Literally. Elvis can't help falling in love with you, and his parents can't help flanking his gravesite. Plus, Johnny Depp says he has no further need for Hollywood, and according to new reports, he feels the same about toothpaste. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up Tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching 92 degrees. Hot and humid, but by early afternoon, showers and thunderstorms will be moving in, bringing heavy rain, frequent lightning, and the chance for gusty winds. So make sure you stay weather aware. We're warm throughout the weekend, so stay hydrated and enjoy the Central Florida sunshine. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Insperity, providing scalable HR services, access to better benefits, payroll, and HR technology for over 35 years. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. Visit Insperity.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa. Hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
It's Memorial May at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Get Memorial Day deals today and all month. Buy this today. Make no payments for 6 months. Get up to $5,000 more than your trade is worth. Offers for a limited time only at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. See dealer for details.
Every road trip is a chance to explore. Let the Autio app bring your next drive to life with fascinating narrated tales about the places you go. Autio features over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast. Tales of local legends, natural wonders, and history. With many stories narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Download the winner of the Webby Award for Best Travel App. Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Available from the App Store and Google Play.
Life is full of ifs. If you see potential in every day, if you push for that promotion, and even bigger ifs like if you say, I do. If you can cash flow like a pro and get paid up to 2 days early, if you can safeguard against surprises and supercharge your savings, the if in life becomes less iffy. Regions Life Banking makes it possible. If you're interested.
Let's talk about the if in life. Regions Bank, embrace the if in life.
Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Mills Air has been in business for over 30 years. On behalf of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 off new AC units. A Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. For more information, go to millsair.com.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
At SimpliSafe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from SimpliSafe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now, install SimpliSafe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
The Portable Uni by ePass, now available in black. A toll pass that blends into your windshield, finally. And Uni works on toll roads in 19 states. The Portable Uni by ePass. Get yours today on Amazon or at gowithuni.com.
Who's ready for a new sensation? All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, our Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, and that's less than a carton of eggs. For your peace of mind, all new Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Listen closely to my declaration and join my deflation celebration, because you could ditch your current ride and drive a car you love for just $5 down. My dealer next door credit approval process process is free of frustration because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application with rates as low as 1.9%. Right now, you could drive a nicer, newer car for just $5 down. Come to my deflation celebration. But hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
This is Lars.
James from Metallica here.
And this is iHeartRadio.
What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. The free iHeartRadio app is where the biggest stars in the world connect with you. Download it today.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Well, the weekend is on. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate that. If you want to learn more about the show, you can go over to thenewsjunkie.com. And if you go to thenewsjunkie.com, you can send us what we call a dispatch. And we got those already lining up to be played on the show. It's how you join us and you become part of the News Junkie radio show. If you miss anything, you can get the podcast over there as well. And everything is waiting for you just a click away. So go over to the website and get that now. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I want a chocolate girlfriend.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. Next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. Refinancing, buying your first dream home. You have to work with the man, the legend, the person who has your best interest in mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. It was 24 years ago, 1999, that one of the stars of this daytime TV series...
Guiding Light.
No.
What are the other ones, Sealand?
Try.
Days of Our Lives.
No.
General Hospital.
No.
Man, we hit some of the big ones already.
Yeah, you did.
As the World Turns.
No.
One Life to Live.
No.
Is that a soap?
If you were to have a big family.
Family Matters.
No. You would have
All in the Family.
Reunion. All My Children.
All My Children is right. And the star, Susan Lucci. She finally won 24 years ago today. A daytime Emmy after being nominated 19 times.
Damn.
Being the longest period of unsuccessful nominations in television history.
At that point when you're going, you're like, oh, we'll just go have something to eat.
I can't believe she still showed up.
She was a joke. Like the idea of Susan Lucci getting nominated for stuff became a joke because she was nominated so many times and never won.
That sucks.
Another nomination, I guess, of some sort, but she has done it not once but twice. This gal right here.
Dolly Parton.
Reba McEntire.
Dolly Parton is right. I thought we were done with that.
Yeah, we were. But Sealand's bringing it back.
Well, you may recall...
Just push through it. You said Raquel, all right? We all have to deal with this now.
You may recall that President Trump offered Dolly Parton the Presidential Medal of Freedom, but she turned him down. And according to the Today Show's Jacob Soboroff, she also said no to Biden.
Oh, really?
She has now turned down the Presidential Medal of Freedom twice.
I think Dolly Parton knows that she's pretty much universally loved, and I don't think she wants to get into things too politically.
Bite your tongue real quick.
Is she doing that now?
Well,
because that's why I feel like she turns that down.
She's getting some controversy, but this story first is that I guess part of the conversation that she had with Jacob wasn't included in the video that makes the rounds. They did discuss the lyrics of her new rock song, World of Fire, and then he read this part out loud.
All right.
Greedy politicians present and pass. They wouldn't know the truth if it bit them in the ass. Then asked what politicians she's talking about. She says, all of them, any of them. And then when asked about this Presidential Medal of Freedom, it's apparently been denied twice.
Oh, man.
As far as controversy goes with Miss Dolly P.
I don't believe it. I don't believe she's getting involved in controversy.
This rock album, it's coming out in the fall. Now, this is the album, I believe, in response to her nomination to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And she said, I didn't want it because I don't do rock and roll. And then they're like, well, we're going to give it to you anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, fine, I'll make a rock album.
She even went, didn't she go?
She did, and she performed a little bit of it. I don't know if it's been played yet. I think the actual showing that you could see on HBO or whatever will come out later. But there seems to be a calling for a boycott of Dolly Parton because she has collaborated in one song on that new rock album with this guy right here.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock is right.
Oh.
And all that Bud Light stuff. You thought it was put to bed? It's back, kind of, baby. It was all anyone living under a Kid Rock. It was all the Bud Light with Dylan from TikTok.
Well, he didn't like a lot of the pandemic stuff either.
He also
Kid Rock wasn't a fan.
Shot up a case of Bud Light, and during the
I mean, not too many people were a fan of the pandemic show.
No, but he seemed a little more.
COVID-19 is number one.
It's the best, baby. And then also remember, because he was so against it, he was like, I'm going to open up my bar in Nashville.
Yeah.
And then the first night it was opened up, a crazy guy with a colostomy bag ripped it off and swung it around.
That is disgusting.
Like a helicopter and spread his poop
You can
everywhere.
never clean that place enough afterwards.
So there are now, I guess some people are threatening to boycott Dolly for featuring him on one of her new rock songs. It's a song called Either Or, and some Dolly fans say they won't buy the album unless she drops that song. Now, of course, she's been a very big supporter of the LGBTQ plus community, and Kid Rock has, well, not been at all. Now, the magazine The Advocate posted a big op-ed calling it a slap in the face. They say having him on there makes it seem like she's okay with his views. The implication is, he must be a good person if Dolly chooses him along with all these other luminaries, which also worth mentioning, there's like 40 other people on that album.
Oh, really?
Like a crazy amount of
Kid
big
Rock
stars.
hasn't done a lot of stuff in music for a while, I don't think.
Not that I'm aware of.
It's like been a kind of a dry spell for him.
Didn't he make a song like for the Patriots or something?
I don't remember. He may have.
Like
Maybe
the American Patriots or the New England ones?
No, I think the American ones that
That'd be great.
stormed the Capitol. This guy right here.
Elvis.
Elvis is right. Thought Celine was going to say Reba McEntire.
No, he's not guessing over there. He's checked out.
Priscilla Presley.
He's getting ready for his segment.
She's dead.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, I remember that whole thing.
Her granddaughter, Riley, I'm going to call her Riley K. Cano. She appeared to have settled a dispute over the trust left by Lisa Marie Presley.
Mm-hmm.
And according to sources, Priscilla walked away with millions. So it sounds like Riley just gave some of her away money, and now there's just one issue, is that in the will, Priscilla wanted to be buried next to her late husband Elvis.
Really?
And was denied.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
Boy, I didn't even know you could do that. Mostly they just do whatever people ask
I figured
for.
you could just throw him on top.
Yeah.
You know, like just make a whole family.
He's not
plot.
going to notice.
So he's buried in Graceland, as everyone knows. My father went and visited that place by
Did he?
himself just to see where Elvis was, or to see if Elvis was that landscaper that people thought Elvis was not too many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? They think he's still alive, and they
There-
took a picture, very grainy.
It's like every 5 years or every 10 years, maybe, there's something where people go, Elvis is still alive, just like Tupac.
Yeah.
It comes up every 5 years.
So Lisa is
I made this
also...
song in 94.
What was that?
That was the Tupac being alive.
Can you
thing.
sing us the rest of the song?
I don't know the rest of the song.
Come on. Lisa Marie also buried in Graceland near her dad and right next to her son, Benjamin, who killed himself in 2020. Now,
Dark.
according to sources, Priscilla's request was flatly denied because I guess both of Elvis's parents are next to him, like completely flanked
So just
the grave spot.
put her next to that. Is there another spot nearby?
Or maybe, how about a cremation and just sprinkle it all
Yeah,
over?
then she's right where she wanted to be.
Put it into the sprinkler system.
All done.
And it could be around everything. Celebrity dentist says that this man's teeth are nasty.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp is right.
People are going after his teeth hard. I've seen a bunch of this right now.
He also got a big old standing ovation at Cannes Film Festival. And for some reason, I think it was him talking about his no need for Hollywood anymore.
Yeah.
And that called for a celebrity dentist to say, well, your teeth are really gross.
I'm going to step up and insult your teeth, sir.
They say they look like they have aggressive wear and tear. And I don't know what that means. Like, do we have a recent pic of Johnny's teeth?
I've seen this.
I feel like what's gonna come up is a Pirates of the Caribbean shot, and it leads me to ask: were those his actual teeth, or perhaps some sort of Hollywood?
No,
aesthetic?
I saw him at this event, and they showed his teeth. Here's for those of you watching on YouTube at Twitch.tv. You know, they're not great, but it's not the worst set of teeth I've ever seen. Sealand. Okay, you got it up there. Yeah, you could see that they're like kind of off-colored and stuff, but I've seen way worse than that.
They're tiny too. It is one of those like.
They're
You
a
ever
little
seen those
small.
people with like a lot of gum and tiny teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
All right.
This guy right here, great teeth, and also fighting back his tears.
Ludicrous.
Luda is right, and he got himself a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, for these Fast and the Furious movies.
Taking possession of how many stars to date on Hollywood
How
Boulevard?
many are there total?
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Because
got
I have a number here.
lot.
He has that number of, like, he has the blank star.
I think I have the answer.
Okay, go ahead.
810.
You think that there's only 810?
All right. I wasn't done. 810 is a bad guess that I would never say. So I will instead say 4,250.
4,000, Sean.
I'm doing my best.
4,249.
Okay. Well, I guess the first answer was a little closer. He is the 2,756th star right there on
That's
the
a
Hollywood
lot.
Walk of Fame. It was a live stream over the week.
It's
the
a pretty
artist,
big walk.
Do you remember his? You can regain your points, by the way. What was his first rap name, stage name?
Oh,
Ludacris.
Ludacris's first rap name? God. His name is Chris, isn't it?
It is
Christopher.
All right. Well, you're close. But there's a
MC Chris.
No.
Cristal.
No.
Chris Lane.
No.
Oh,
Chris Lova.
Oh, that's not as good as this Ludacris.
Krista Lava.
That's not so great.
Joined by a star-studded bunch of supporters that
Remember
included.
2 Chainz' old name?
Yep, can't say that one on the radio.
Why not?
No, it's not
We're not
allowed.
referring to breasts. He was accompanied by LL Cool J, Queen Latifah, Vin Diesel, and Tyrese. And then he noted that he was fighting back tears. Seriously, I was glad that I had my sunglasses on today. So congratulations to Mr. Chris Lova. Is that 14 seconds that I'm saying?
Yeah.
Perfect. On the boob tube. I'm not going to play Kid Rock. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. Anti-Kid Rock
Yeah.
over there.
Not a huge fan.
All right.
I was. Not no more.
Okay.
We also have on the boob tube, everything is season finale. So I'm just going to read it off for you. Season finale of SWAT, Shark Tank, Fire Country, Blue Bloods, A Black Lady Sketch Show, America's Funniest Home Videos, American Idol, The Simpsons, The Great North, Bob's Burgers, and the series finale of NCIS Lounge Los Angeles.
Oh, that's the last one of the whole damn thing.
You better believe it. But you, follow your dreams. And me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. Give it a follow. And most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina.
A lot of stuttering this
Folks,
next episode.
you did just fine.
Thanks, Bob.
By the way, I got the answer on that. We were talking about the old people bachelor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's 50 and up.
Oh, so everybody's over 50.
Yeah.
It's going to be gross.
But do you think they're going to
man.
throw in like an 80-year-old?
I hope so. I hope there's
be
like,
awesome.
I hope there's one creepy old man, like 80 years old, and like no social standards, and just grab assing his way around it. This is gonna be gross, man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch this.
Oh, I'm watching it.
When we come back this week in Florida, Sea Light has prepared himself to take you on the journey we do each week, and we'll see what happened in the Sunshine State this week. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. OrlandoFringe.org, 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 OrlandoFringe.org. Did we mention OrlandoFringe.org?
The left shoulder is blocked due to an accident on I-4 westbound after State Road 429. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. Weatherby Road is closed due to an accident heading westbound west of Boggy Creek Road and before Landstar Boulevard. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
I'm back, and look at all the Fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new Bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at Marcos.com. Marcos. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get summer ready with these hot deals. Get $3 tanks for women and girls, $5 women's jelly shoes, and $7 beach towels. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 5/20 and 21, select styles only.
Heads up for you. That doorbell camera you have, it's not a security system. You need to get a Safe Touch security system, and you can do it now during their buy one, get one sale. Nobody beats Safe Touch's technology or price. Visit safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, freppers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah. As in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Ugh, friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Ugh, really?
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. 1 is utility rates are rising. 2, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
The way healthcare works today can be frustrating. So many different doctors to keep track of, different tests, different medications. It's a lot. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care covered by most Medicare plans. Here, your own doctor coordinates all of your care for you, even talking to your specialists and your pharmacist to manage prescriptions. There's a lot more about Village Medical that we think you'll love. When's the last time you said that about healthcare? Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
Just call Mo, just call Mo, just call Mo, just call Mo. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by non-attorney spokesperson.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
On the podcast That Moment with Damon John, the FUBU founder and star of Shark Tank speaks with business moguls, celebrities, athletes, and more to get their candid reflections on that moment, the event that shaped and redefined their lives.
You gotta have a little gangsters to survive in this business because they will also challenge anything they think won't fight back. Don't play me.
Listen to That Moment with Damon John on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Getting a Jersey Mike's sub top Mike's way with onion, lettuce, tomatoes, oregano, and the juice is the bee's knees. Actually, it's better than the bee's knees. I mean, what's the purpose of knees on bees? They don't crouch, they just buzz around. But Mike's Way has a purpose, topping your sub the authentic Jersey way. It's the cat's pajamas. Wait, cats don't wear pajamas. Mike's Way is better. Let's just leave it at that. Get your sub top Mike's Way. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Mills Air has been in business for over 30 years. On behalf of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 off new AC units. A Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. For more information, go to millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
This week in Florida, in just a moment, all the things that happened in the Sunshine State that C-Lane deems worthy to represent us to the rest of the world. It usually makes us look very, very, very bad, honestly. So we'll see how things go today. We got a lot more coming up on the show, so make sure you're sticking with us. If you miss anything, get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
I gave you all that energy and that
I know
run-up.
you just stole my whole intro. That's
All
what
right.
you do.
I do that every time.
Ready to go.
And as I'm saying it, I'm trying to think of another way to say it, and then I just end up saying
You can
Sunshine
only think of
State.
my way.
I just steal all the stuff. All right, here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
Yes, that's right. The weekend is here. That means it's time to take a trip around Florida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do that.
Sunshine State, I hear.
Just repeat all of the things.
Take a trip around the Sunshine State, see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so, and we start with just a little bit of mild politics.
Okay.
Because a good thing you guys are sitting down.
Yeah.
You will be shocked.
Should we stand up?
No.
Stay seated.
No, stay seated, lest this shock you so that you would fall over.
All right, I don't want to fall over.
Because it seems like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is expected to announce he's running for president.
No, God. It's like the worst kept secret in the history of politics.
So he got his little law passed, huh?
I think he got that. He made up the rules, like my dad playing Monopoly.
You guys are crazy. You just hate the guy. This was unrelated. They passed some law. He didn't even know it was happening, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it just so happened to really, really benefit him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah, well,
I
that worked out well.
Give up the governor thing.
I wasn't going to run for president before, but now I am.
Says Florida Governor Ron DeSantis expected to formally announce in a virtual way. And I don't know why.
Yeah, but he'll be surrounded by like really random kids and white adults.
Yeah, he's going to be in Miami when he does this. What's it, Wednesday or something?
No, they said Dunedin.
Oh, Dunedin. The thing I said it was in Miami. Maybe he moved it or something.
Fake news.
Do it his virtual way on May 24th that he's running for president as donors and fundraisers gather in Miami to make calls and fundraise for his campaign. He's going to file the papers. The Miami gathering includes some of the governor's most generous longtime donors. But the more formal kickoff event is going to be held closer to June 1st. That's the thing that they say is likely to occur in his hometown of Dunedin, Florida.
Did you see everybody dunking on DeSantis with the
way he
laugh,
laughed?
the
Yeah.
laugh thing this week? He was at some
he's asking
event.
about a yacht or a car.
He's talking to this guy, and then he laughs really big, and then everybody was dunking on him for it.
Do you guys say Porsche or Porsche?
I say Porsche.
I say Porsche as
I
well.
say can't afford it.
I'm not sure which one is right
I
or
always
wrong.
think Porsche sounds weird.
Whenever I saw people talking about this online, though, and they're like, "Oh, this is gonna," people said this is his Howard Dean moment. It's gonna like ruin his campaign. I go,
the laugh.
I'm sorry. Are there a lot of cool politicians out there? Most politicians are a bunch of nerds. These are people who are not the epitome of cool.
I mean, I feel like his moment was wearing the high-heeled white boots.
I don't remember that. Do you have high heels on? Is he short?
He wears lifts sometimes.
Okay, but you remember the
Little on
white
the short
boots?
side.
No, I don't think so. I'll look it up.
God,
But
it's brilliant. No, it's brilliant.
also, and I promise this is not an old story. I checked very many times. It seems like something that we should have covered a couple years back.
Yeah.
But Governor DeSantis has also signed a bill that targets COVID-19 vaccines and mask mandates in Florida.
Okay.
Uh-huh. He's also outlawed slavery just now, too.
All right. Actually, there is still people who have these mask mandates. I saw in Washington, D.C., I think, they said for the next year, when you take the bar exam, which could take as long as 8 hours, you're required to wear a mask. And I'm like, why are they still doing that?
Test?
Yeah, I don't know why they're still doing that.
Yeah, they say with opposition to COVID-19 mandates, a key part of his political brand, Governor DeSantis on Thursday, this was like last Thursday, signed a bill that includes issues such as barring businesses and government agencies from requiring people to take COVID-19 tests or wear masks to enter their facilities. Now, some of that stuff, especially the vaccine stuff, was already illegal.
Was
under
it?
him, I thought. Like you
I'm
can't.
not sure. He's signed the guy. You cannot say he hasn't signed a lot of stuff because every damn week it's like DeSantis signs this, DeSantis signs this,
Oh, yeah.
DeSantis.
That's all he does is sign.
It's like
He's probably got a stamp.
A lot of it's culture war stuff playing to his base, and he's doing that on purpose. But he's like signing stuff all the time.
When I saw this headline, I thought this would be an absolute nope for Sean. But in St. John's County, they say that the sheriff's office, SJSO, is asking residents to register their doorbell cameras.
Oh, why?
Because they want access to the doorbell cameras.
No, thank you, buddy.
I thought those companies were giving them access anyway.
You have the option.
I need to check my settings on that because I don't want to be part of any of these programs. I'm not giving
I think
footage.
it's too late for you. I think it's part of the terms and conditions.
Then I'll cancel it. I'll get something different. I'll buy a different thing. I'm not giving law enforcement unfettered access to my security cameras. No way, no
Don't
how.
bring Feder into this.
Well, I mean, I think this particular county is asking for just the cloud access, whatever ring is it. But there are some sheriff's offices that have said we want like live access.
No
they want to tune in live.
This is a big hard no.
Remember, they were going around, at least locally, for a little bit, law enforcement offering cameras to the bars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's for free.
Yeah.
But we would have access to all
So they
of
could
them,
peep
and we
right
can
in.
install it, and it's for the safety of the people.
I've had a cop come straight to my house and ask if he could get my camera footage because there was something that happened across the street, and I said no.
Look at you go.
If somebody got murdered or somebody got raped or something bad happened, I would give them the footage. But I think we have to really push back on this. Otherwise, it'll be just like a socially assumed thing that, like, obviously you give the cops access to your cameras.
Don't you think the pushback would have to include, like, we're going to boycott something, and I don't think there will ever be enough people that boycott it for the company to say, no, we're not going to sell this data.
I'll wait till another company comes forward where they don't make you do that, or try to vote for a politician who would push back on that.
This is in St. Johns County, and they said no one has ever accused the internet of being slow to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And then the folks at FirstCoastNews.com, they combed through some of the comments on the posts, the Facebook posts from the sheriff's office.
I don't think people were excited about this.
This is a bad idea for homeowners to allow access or even connect their cameras online, wrote Sean Fisher Northam. By the way, they're mostly connected online.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
But it says, wrote Sean Fisher Northam, using a GIF of Randy Jackson, a former judge on TV's American Idol, saying, yeah, it's a no for me, dog. Tyler BW used a GIF of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson from the movie Jumanji saying, "It's a trap."
I like how they're not only putting comments from people on Facebook in the news article, but the animated GIFs that they're posting online.
What does it say? Angelica Gross dropped a Benjamin Franklin quote. "They that give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety."
All using apps that also take advantage of their user data.
Definitely. Let's see. Over in Daytona Beach Shores, a man was arrested in Daytona Beach Shores after authorities said he stole an SUV and then jumped out of that vehicle to flee police and just let it crash into the wall of a building.
God.
20-year-old Michael Barr arrested after being tracked down to a hotel on South Atlantic Avenue by the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. And the Daytona Beach Shores Police body cam video released by the Sheriff's Office shows his arrest. Police told Barr him his friends had left him in Miami, so he hitchhiked to Kissimmee. That was a long way.
Really?
Stole the SUV and drove it to Volusia County. Why does he need a hitchhike if he could just steal cars?
He could just get another one, right?
Once you're willing to steal cars, why do the hitchhiking? Sabrina?
Yeah?
I may have found somebody who hates homeowners associations more than you.
Challenge accepted?
Or at least has taken some action.
Okay.
And now finds himself in some legal trouble because they say an elderly Florida man settles his laundry room dispute by killing the HOA president and her husband.
Okay, yeah, definitely trumps me.
They got you beat.
I won't be doing any murders.
Henry Wallace was shot and killed over the weekend after an elderly neighbor was enraged over Wallace leaving the door open to the shared laundry room. You don't do that. According to what the person, Hugh Hootman, that's a fun
Quite
name.
the name.
Hugh Hootman. He demanded Wallace apologize. According to what Hootman told the police, it was only when Wallace tried to push past Hootman that he said, "I lost my temper, pulled out a gun, and shot him several times."
Damn.
Hootman's wife, Susan, was recording her 911 call saying, "My husband just shot our neighbors, and I think he killed them."
I don't know if this was in Florida, but did you guys see this video? I think it's on worldstarhiphop.com.
Worldstar!
And these two young guys were doing this prank where they filled a gas can up with water, and then they were in like the mall parking lot, and when people would be coming up to their cars to leave, they would run over with the gas can and start pouring the water, making it look like it was gas all over the hood of their car. And a couple of people like yelled at him, and one guy straight up pulls out his gun immediately and points it at these guys. And it's like, whoa, is that going to be worth it for that viral video?
Yeah.
He almost shot his ass.
Speaking of pranks and viral videos, there was a person this week that was kicked out of SeaWorld for the viral video he was making.
What was he doing?
Fishing.
I kind of like it, actually.
Sir, internet prankster.
How did he get on the property?
How did he get a fishing pole in there?
I don't know the answer to that question. Maybe it was like something that was collapsible or telescoping rod.
They have
like
security at the entrance to SeaWorld,
They
obviously.
do. Internet prankster YouTube Ricky found a secret spot that no one else was fishing. They say, unfortunately, that spot was a tank at SeaWorld Orlando. That's the first question they ask in this article. Before we get to that, how did he get a fishing pole into SeaWorld? Someone at the gate should have probably flagged that. As the employee stated, it doesn't matter if you're playing. That's not safe for our animals. That's not safe for you. And they said all this prank probably cost him like $90 because somebody had to run the camera. So he had to get in there. It's like $45, $50, $60 to get into SeaWorld for the day just to shoot that video. But I thought it was pretty funny because it just says, "Man kicked out of SeaWorld for fishing."
I got to share this with you guys. I don't know how often the YouTube thumbnail changes, but this is horrific. That's what the YouTube thumbnail is right now.
Who is it?
It's me.
Make it bigger.
Oh, hold on. I'll do it here.
Oh.
That's fantastic.
Please
What were
change.
you even doing?
How do I update it? I need this to change.
How I don't understand how your face got into that position.
I don't either, and I'm gonna hope this goes away. Sorry,
I need to save that. Please.
No,
send that to me.
I like it. It's good. It's good. This seems like it would be kind of difficult. But a man was arrested this week after leading police through a chase in a stolen fire truck. Now, fire trucks are supposed to be fast.
Yeah.
Because they need to get, to the scene of the fire very quickly.
That's true.
To extinguish it.
They're big,
However,
though.
they're quite cumbersome, you would think. The chase ensued through multiple counties in South Florida. Miami Fire Rescue was in the middle of a training exercise with its crew in North Miami Beach when one of their trucks pulled away. The truck eventually hit an Opelika police cruiser. No one in the car was injured at the time of the crash, but they say Leckenbrick Hannah was, and that's a hell of a first name to grow up with, was charged with grand theft of medical emergency equipment. So you get like a bigger charge.
I never even heard of that.
When you I've never heard of it either. If you steal a fire truck, and I'm guessing that also means an ambulance. Grand theft of medical emergency equipment. The truck was stolen out of Station 32. The chase lasted an entire hour and spanned 3 counties. That's a long time to running from the cops in your fire truck.
Yeah, but I bet like they used the signals to go through all the stoplights. Everyone kind of parted ways.
Yeah.
That probably, doesn't that happen? I think that happens automatically. Like there's like a device on the truck.
Does it work that way? I want one of those.
They
you have no slowdown.
They used to sell them on eBay, and they cracked down on this.
You don't need that.
Ago.
You go 20 under the speed limit anyway.
This is a just-in-case kind of thing.
Yeah. There was some guys that were selling them on eBay. I mean, I remember reading that article years and years ago.
Reading that article. You bought one, didn't you?
No, I would love to have bought
I would have, too.
I would have. Or you guys would know if I had something like that. Whether I'd said it on the air or off the air.
You would not stop talking about it.
Oh, my gosh.
You'd be like, red lights? Losers.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see that you're riding with me, and this is not taking a very long time. Well, that's because there are no red lights for me. Over in Key Largo, a marine researcher on the water spotted a brick of cocaine. They thought it was a piece of trash, but it was apparently a lot of blow. And last but not least, in Escambia County, the guy could just smell freedom days away from his release from prison, where a serial burglar had charges added to his record. So he's not getting out anytime soon because he's facing 117 charges. That's 51-year-old Dwayne Officer. His last name is Officer, which is weird because he's a serial burglar. And he's charged with 35 counts of burglary, 31 counts of possession of burglary tools, 32 counts of damage of property, criminal mischief, and 19 counts of larceny. And so he's not getting out of prison anytime soon. That's it for this week in Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. A lot of theories about what's happening with the thumbnail in the YouTube video. Somebody said, Sean looks like a turtle just coming out of his shell. I could totally
That is so accurate.
I look like I'm about to say, what, am I not turtley enough for the Turtle Club?
Turtle Club. Turtle.
It's such a bad photo. I'll put this up on See It Now for those of you who are stuck somewhere where you can't actually tune into the feed right now.
Well, if you tune into the feed, you can't see it anymore. You need to go to YouTube to see it.
Well, here's what I really want. I'm going to put this up on See It Now, but please don't utilize this in a bad way to bully me, because that's what generally happens with this, and it's god-awful.
Yeah, but especially asking them not to do it. It's going to stop them from doing that.
I thought maybe if I say that and I
You want ants? That's how you get ants.
I understand, but I thought maybe if I just plead with them, they'd give me a little bit of love. Probably not.
No.
We'll see how that goes. We got our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm joining us real quick on the show. I may do more turtle faces. Who the hell knows? We got your dispatches and a lot more as we roll on a Friday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hear and see the monsters like you never have before. The Monsters Live at Night, rated RRR, June 2nd at Mount Dora Music Hall. Sponsored by TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. Get your tickets now, online at monsters.fm.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heading through the city, watch out for delays heading eastbound between State Road 408 and Robinson Street, and congestion on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. There's slowdowns due to an accident on I-4 westbound after State Road 429. You can expect your regular delays on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new Rechargers are handcrafted energy drinks to help you power through your day. Made the way you want, iced or frozen, with natural sources of caffeine. Get energy for every day. Gotta have a Wawa.
The places you drive past have a story to tell, and the Autio app brings those stories to life. Autio automatically plays narrated tales about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories right outside your car window. Featuring over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, many narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Make your next drive an adventure. Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa! Hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Managing healthcare for yourself, your kids, your aging parents, it's a lot to keep track of everything. Now you have help. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care that's a lot more caring. Here your doctor really gets to know your family's needs and coordinates all their visits, labs, even prescriptions. Plus, you can make same-day appointments or schedule video or at-home visits, all covered by most insurance. It sounds different because it is different. Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 30% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. At participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
The McCafe Oreo Frappe has altered my brain chemistry. It's got tasty mocha, a hint of coffee, and Oreo cookie pieces. All of this deliciousness is blended with ice, then covered in whipped topping and even more Oreo cookie pieces. Whoa, that's cold. Brain Frappe! Hurry, the McCafe Oreo Frappe is back for a limited time. Use the McDonald's app and get 20% off your order of $1 or more. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 5/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day until supplies last. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get summer ready with these hot deals. Get $3 tanks for women and girls, $5 women's jelly shoes, and $7 beach towels. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 5/20 and 21, select styles only.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Kelly's all new.
Hello, Clarkson.
Every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're going to fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name. Oh, yeah.
Weekdays at 3 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 4.
FAS Windows and Doors is the company to use to make your house feel better and look better. You know what they can do? Get rid of those single-pane aluminum frame windows and get you double-insulated vinyl windows. That'll save you money, make your AC work less, make your house look better and feel better. And I tell you, man, they can do it for you fast. Their showroom, easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4. Slide in, pick out the windows that you love, have them installed by their pros, and your house will never, ever be the same. And they can even do that for you in the door as well. Book your consultation today easily at faswd.com.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeff Shreve, and I invite you to follow me as we pursue wisdom and peace through Pray.com's new podcast, Weekly Wisdom. Every week, we will embark on a journey through the Bible to discover encouraging truths and wisdom to last a lifetime. The Bible says wisdom is like a teacher standing at the gate, calling for us to hear her words before it's too late. Will you answer that call? Listen to Weekly Wisdom with Pastor Jeff Shreve on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
a name, you know, your name is everything. Your name can determine, they say, the studies say this, whether you're successful or not successful, whether or not your resume gets looked at and somebody else's gets chosen over yours. Lots of different things based on your name. And it's a big responsibility to name people. Sealane's going through that process right now. And I got a story about another couple that's doing the same damn thing.
All right.
I think you'll choose a different name for your son to be here than this couple did. I could flat out say you're not going to go this route. This
all right.
is not what you'll be doing, because this couple just got into a long court fight. This British couple won after they were banned from using this name for their new child. And the name they wanted to use was Lucifer. They named their child Lucifer, and
who tried to stop them?
The government.
All
they
right.
said this is satanic, and it's bad for the kid to be named this, and it's going to deem him somebody who has to live out a life of failure because you named him Lucifer. Is that in the rotation? Is that in the thought process?
Hadn't thought of it yet.
No,
No.
Probably good that you're not going to do that. Stay away from that or into the Adolfs.
I was thinking that's where I thought this story was going.
Yeah, stay out of that territory. It's bad. Even though Adolf Lane doesn't sound that bad as far as Adolf.
Yeah,
go.
we're not doing
Stay out of that.
Maybe middle name.
Names are so weird and interesting when you think of them. There's one celebrity story right now. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. You guys know who Taylor Lautner is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what his wife's name is?
No.
Taylor Lautner?
Yeah, his wife's name.
really?
Yeah, he married a woman named Taylor, and his wife's name is Taylor Lautner too.
Okay.
So now they're both Taylor Lautners in this marriage
that's
together.
convenient.
Which I think, I want you to picture this for a second. I'm gonna guess that neither one of you have ever been physically with anybody who shares your name.
No.
Similar, close.
I mean,
Like a Christina.
yeah.
But could you imagine if you were with somebody who had the same name? Saying the name out loud would seem so strange and weird.
It would be.
I would.
You mean
be
like in the throes of passion?
Yeah.
I'm not really a namesayer in the throes of
What are you
passion.
saying?
I usually just say God.
God, oh God, those kind of things.
I usually
shout.
just hear God.
Oh, cool.
Because I'm so good at the sex.
I-
You know what I mean?
I have a hard time. I don't know. Maybe not that many opportunities leading up to this statement I'm about to say,
Oh,
but
boy.
there are people that I've dated that I feel like I'm going to avoid dating people with the same name despite being completely different people.
I thought that too.
Okay.
But
You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
like my crazy ex.
Yeah.
If I were to meet someone of the
With the
same
same
name,
name?
I would get like, ooh,
Is
I don't know.
that alone, just having the same name, is like
I
alarm
would
bells
just
going
I
off.
would have to talk myself out of like, no, it's a different person.
I just
it's
thought-
not going to bring back anything.
I thought it was so weird that being with somebody, get married, and you have the same exact name. Taylor Lautner and Taylor Lautner, both first names spelled exactly the same.
now, I have a friend who went out on a date with some girl. I don't know where he met her. It was like a bar or something. I don't think this was an online thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he went on a date with this girl whose last name was his first name.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Right? And so, say, how would this work? Wait, so
What
say...
in the hell did I get myself into? Flashback.
So say, Sean, that you went out with a girl whose last name was Sean.
Sure.
And I pointed out to him, I was like, man, if you got married, this would seem like the most selfish wedding. You're like, well, we're going to the Sean Wasson wedding. Like, it doesn't seem like she's a part of it.
Right. Yeah. It's this weird thing happens when you have to choose a name for somebody, and Lucifer is not a nice one. Don't go for that. I mean, the kid will probably stand out, but I don't think they'll stand out in a good way. Let's go to you. Let's see what you got going on. You're sending in some dispatches for us, so let's play some of those. Here we go. Let's go to Meat Pop with a dispatch.
So listening to the commercials, Carlos Santana says that if you need to have a stroke to get that note, then get the stroke.
Huh?
I guess getting the stroke's worth playing some music, huh?
I haven't heard that. Doesn't
This might be an iHeart commercial.
It doesn't play for me. I don't know what you're talking about. Here's Michael. This one says red lights.
Good afternoon, News Junkies.
Hey.
Morning.
What you were talking about
Nighttime.
with the preemption? Yeah, I got one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's in my work truck.
He has
But,
one of those things?
You know, Not stopping at red lights isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Yes, it is. Don't do this. Don't come up to and talk down to us like this. He's saying he's got one of these things in his car that makes it so the lights all turn green. And then he's like, it's not a big deal. It's not all it's cracked up to be. Yes, it is.
Kind of ruin traffic for everybody.
Of course you could, but not
everybody
for you.
but me.
Not for you.
Except when your light turns green, but you're still going up to the next block that is backed up from the other red light.
You're going to cause pandemonium, but for you, you're just cruising. And he's like, it's no big
This
deal.
means I have to be at my next job quicker. So I don't always use it. Anywho,
You could turn it on.
loser.
I didn't know. Thanks, Michael. Send it to us if you're not using it, please. Here's Guitar Slinger chiming in.
You guys were talking about dirty greeting cards, and man, I remember seeing this when I was a young teenage boy. That card that my mother gave to my father on his birthday, and it said, "For your birthday, I'd like you to slip into something more comfortable." And then you opened it up, and it said, "Me." And I remember as a teenage boy going, "Oh my God, that's disgusting! It's gross."
My
Ew."
parents are doing what? Yeah, that happens. It happens to a lot of people in their lives, and just embrace it. Your parents need to have sex too, okay? I'm sorry. Here's Hey There with a dispatch. It says, watching bad kissing and then a long pause, but wait for it. Like instructions here. Okay, this better be
talking
good.
about bad kissing, and I'm thinking back, you probably watched this, back to the season of The Bachelor with Colton. And oh my gosh, it was so cringy because you could just tell that he was a bad kisser. I mean, it ended up that he was gay, so maybe that was why, like,
that could have an
the
effect
ratings were
on it.
or just maybe just wasn't as into it. But oh my gosh, it was just like so uncomfortable to watch.
Maybe he like kisses dudes a lot better.
There's been worse. There was this one guy, was it Ari was his name, the race car driver guy who was the Bachelor?
Wasn't he the most boring one?
His season was
The last
crazy
decade?
good. No, his was.
Oh, it was good.
The end of it was crazy good because he chose the girl and he did the whole like proposal and stuff, and then he told her I got it wrong, and then he picked another girl
Okay,
afterwards.
but you're also talking about, that's following up Colton who jumped the damn fence.
Right. And they
in a
showed
way-
that jump the fence footage
So much.
They played that like 100 times. But there was one, the Ari guy, I think, every time he would make out with all the girls who were on The Bachelor, it was like,
Ew.
and they played the noises, and oh my God, you're like inside their mouth when they're doing this stuff.
I also, can you put yourselves in that position of having a camera in your face and making up like that?
That would be so uncomfortable. I would not be able to do that. We're going to take a quick break. We want to hear from you.
We're going to do a little kissing real quick.
Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm is joining us. Hello,
Yes.
Moses. How are you? There he is.
Good, how are you?
Getting settled. He doesn't have his headphones on yet. He's not even ready
He
to
didn't-
go.
Well, he didn't know he was going to be
I
on
know.
air.
I sprung it on him. I can't help it. I want to talk to Mo, for God's sake. I saw you talked at like a convention this week.
Yeah.
Where were you?
New Orleans.
In New Orleans?
That was a hell of a
Damn.
panel there.
It was a panel.
Oh, yeah. One of those things was not like the other.
It was
That
like
is true.
Mo and these interesting-looking characters that were sitting next to you on
One
the panel.
was.
What was that guy? What was he all about?
He's like a social media
Influencer type?
I think he's more of like the back end guy who like actually does it or something. I
Okay.
don't know.
That you were up there on the stage doing like a whole Q&A kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like a Q&A panel.
That's fun.
And one of our favorite things this week, I told this story on the air after I saw you had it. Somebody from West Palm who came up to Orlando for vacation wanted to stop by and meet Mo.
That was actually really cool.
Do you realize what you've done, right?
What have I done?
Yeah, you loaded them up with merch. What do you think's going to happen now? Now
I've
I'm
already had somebody text me that said they're coming into town. They might already be in town, and they're like, "I'm going straight to Mo's office."
I'd love it.
Wow.
They stop
Bring
by.
'em on by.
They get a swag crazy.
We'll get a bus tour. You can just stop on by, unload.
It's like TMZ.
Yeah.
Also, I guess somebody dropped something off for you outside the house.
Yeah,
which
it was a card.
That was very nice of
It was a
them.
card about it was a baby card.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's about a big old dang old baby.
And it's got a coin in it.
What's the coin for?
It's like to flip to see whose turn it is to change diapers.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's pretty cool.
that's
It's from
nice.
Jilly
Seems like
Babe.
a choking hazard to
Yeah,
me.
you keep that away from the baby, I think. Well, it's pretty big, actually. I don't know if the baby can even physically choke on that. We'll discover whether that's true or not and get
We will?
into much more.
Yes, we will.
We're not going to test it out on a baby. No,
Yeah,
we're not
no.
going to do that. But we'll get into more with our friend Mo, and we got some questions on the list for him this week that we've been saving up.
Absolutely.
We'll dive into those and see what Mo says about all this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
They won't tell you this, but your pets are pretty lonely when you leave. No worries. We'll keep them company. Just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by LASIK Plus.
Are the Nuggets exposing the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals? Well, AD disappeared again down the stretch. LeBron continued to chuck up and miss threes and was worn out after 40 minutes, but I get it. He's older. They're not super dynamic. We don't necessarily, on a nightly basis, know who their best player's going to be, and now they head home down 0-2. We got no idea what to expect. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Do it. Take the first step towards LASIK and score a great deal at LASIK Plus today. Right now, LASIK Plus is offering $1,000 off their Wave Light Laser when treated in May. That's $500 off her eye with guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
Who's ready for a new sensation? All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, and that's less than a carton of eggs. For your peace of mind, all new Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Listen closely to my declaration and join my deflation celebration, because you could ditch your current ride and drive a car you love for just $5 down. My dealer next door credit approval process is free of frustration because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application with rates as low as 1.9%. Right now, you could drive a nicer, newer car for just $5 down. Come to my deflation celebration. But hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Hi, Robert Downey Jr. here. Did you know that over $10.3 billion was lost to online crime last year alone? Online crime is a huge problem. It affects everyone, and that's why I've partnered with Aura. Aura gives you the tools you need to stay safe online with almost every tool you need: fraud and identity theft protection, a password manager, parental controls, and more. Sign up for a free 2-week trial today at aura.com/Robert. aura.com/Robert.
The Orlando Fringe Festival is back May 16th through the 29th. This isn't just a theater festival. It's 2 weeks of live entertainment, including unique theater experiences, free entertainment on the outdoor stage, visual art displays, plus kid-friendly shows. Join Real Radio in a celebration of independent artists at this year's Orlando Fringe Festival. 100% of the ticket sales go directly to the artists. Orlando Fringe Festival, May 16th through the 29th. Go to orlandofringe.org for tickets and info.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next, and here's a thought: it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
Tobacco-free Florida knows how hard it is to quit nicotine, which is why we offer different quit options to choose from for free, like 24/7 quit coaches available over the phone, and free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're even experimenting with 80s pop music.
I'm giving you up, I'm letting you go, I'm letting you never come back to smoke, never come back to smoke, I'll never come back, I'm giving you up.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
Do you know the sound Dunkin' Iced makes? Of course you do. It's that sound of the ice randomly yet rhythmically shaking around the cup, creating the soundtrack to a perfect summer. And summer sure does sound good. Try Dunkin' Refreshers, iced coffee, cold brew, and lattes. America runs on Dunkin'.
Now, it's your time to make more money and be your own boss. Come to the Franchise Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Hyatt Regency Orlando to meet with the best money-making franchises. Learn how you can open a successful business. This life-changing event is your only chance to see all the hottest money-making opportunities in one place. Find the perfect business for you at the Franchise Show, presented by the Entrepreneur's Source. This weekend, the Hyatt Regency Orlando. Get tickets at FloridaFranchiseShow.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
When pizza's this good, there's no such thing as leftovers. Well, unless you order extras for leftovers. Order today at Marcos.com and load up on favorites like the Pepperoni Magnificum. Marcos. Pizza lovers get it.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
In a world of ever-changing algorithms, you can still find us here. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
A moment with our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. That is a nightmare flight from hell, Mo. What an absolute nightmare. And yeah, it's something about, I hate to come down on these people, but the people that fly Spirit Airlines seem more prone to freaking out and just going into a fit that ends with somebody getting in big trouble.
Okay, and is it because they're making up for what they pay, right? Like,
I don't know what it is.
A Delta flight, not as much freak out.
No, not nearly.
At Spirit Airlines, you're paying $100 less, but you get the opportunity to freak out and make the news.
And Frontier is like another level.
Well,
they fight crazy on a Frontier.
My theory is the staff is just not paid enough to put up with these people.
They don't care.
So they're just like, ma'am, sir, go sit down. We're not doing this.
Yeah,
people don't like that.
Mo is saying that he was flying back from New Orleans, and then you get all the way here. You're trying to land, and they go, "Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to circle for about an hour, and then they decide we're going to go all the way to Miami so we can refuel, and then you can't get off the plane."
And if you get off the plane, you stay in Miami.
And mind you,
that is so weird.
The flight from New Orleans to Tampa or to Orlando is so short. It's like a nice little flight.
Oh, yeah.
Like an hour and 20 or 30 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best things about it. And then all of a sudden you go, oh, my God. How long did it take total?
We were on, from the time we took off in New Orleans, we were on that plane for 6 hours.
Damn.
Could have gone to Europe in that time.
That is frustrating. Oh, God.
Did anybody get off the plane in Miami?
Yeah, a few people did.
Okay.
Because they were looking at their connections. They're like, I have a better chance of getting a connection here than going back to Orlando.
That's kind of smart, actually. Yeah. It makes sense for some people. All right, let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. 866-CALL-MO.
I like that slow clap. Start it up.
And then we're going to do
I thought for sure Sean was going to start clapping.
We'll do a 5-minute standing ovation for Moses, which is, as we know, the bare minimum. That's what you have to do at the very least.
It's in my contract.
And you can get the help of Moses DeWitt and the whole team over at the DeWitt Law Firm by calling 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Mo, we got a bunch of questions for you on the list here. One that I wanted to start with, because I thought this was really weird. If you aren't aware, there was a case out of New York on the subway.
Yep.
There was this Daniel Penny guy, and there was somebody on the train with him that was screaming and getting out of control. Everybody on the train was scared of this person. They thought that he was going to be violent. And so he held him in like a chokehold so he could restrain him, and he ended up dying, the guy who he was holding. Now, the thing about this that came up recently was this wasn't a GoFundMe. I forgot the name of the fundraising site.
It was like a lawyer one.
It was a weird one, though.
It was like go... Because remember, you had an option to
give,
pray
give,
for
send,
them.
go. Give, send, go. I think it was what it was.
Okay. Yep, there we go. GiveSendGo.com/Daniel_Penny.
What's that up to right now?
Want to guess?
It was over $2 million, I think, when we last checked.
It is $2.6 million, almost $2.7 million.
This is for the guy who was restraining the other person who he ended up choking out. He says he didn't do this on purpose. He said the guy was moving around. He was unaware of this, and there's big political fights over this. But the thing that I wanted to ask you about that I thought was most interesting, the person who started this Give, Send, Go, GoFundMe kind of thing, it was the attorneys that are representing him.
I'm sending you the link right now, Moses, but you could see right there on the front page, it says created by Razor and Kenneth, PC.
Right.
And then it will be received by that same place. And then you have the option of giving, sharing, or sending a prayer.
Doesn't it seem a little weird that the law firm would be the one that would be setting up this GoFundMe thing and getting the money from it? Which kind of like cuts him out?
Well, I'm sure that he consented to it. The client, I'm sure, consented to it. And ethically, at least under Florida's rules, it doesn't really matter who pays you, right? You represent the client, your duty is to the client, but it doesn't matter who pays for the representation.
Right.
So they can take money from basically anyone who's willing to pay on behalf of the client. So
Now, does this mean they could just they could set their price at whatever the GoFundMe gets?
This is what we all came to the conclusion of. We're like, okay, so let's say they raise $3 million. What are the chances that they go, wow, this is amazing, your bill comes out to $3 million?
Right. I mean, their charges still have to be reasonable. I would assume there's some sort of arrangement between the two of them where
even says
whatever is raised maybe goes into a trust account and then it's released to the attorneys and then to him if there's money left over or something like that.
In the description, funds are being raised to pay for his legal fees incurred. So I love that the description written by his attorneys is to pay for his attorney fees.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's going to him. It says it's going toward his legal fees, which kind of means like it's our money.
Well, it becomes an interesting question. If the attorneys do try to keep it, how do they justify the amount? Because you can't just keep $3 million and not do any work.
Right.
I could easily. I mean, I really...
Challenge accepted,
given the
Moses.
opportunity,
wouldn't take much.
They would have to
justify the fee somehow.
And they'd have to like fudge the numbers to go, here's how much we were doing per hour, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, if this case goes to trial, it could be a very expensive trial, certainly.
It's a public trial.
But still, $3 million is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, even, I think, didn't they say Murdoch paid his attorneys like $1 million or something like that? So yeah, $3 million would be quite a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Man, I forgot that name. We were talking nothing but Murdoch for a while.
You're saying if it has to be reasonable for them to get the money and be able to hold on to that. The thing that I was thinking was, what if this law firm goes, well, we need every attorney at our firm on this case, and then they make it so it's such a big staff and a big involved thing. It just seems like it could get a little bit muddy there.
It definitely can. It definitely can. And, if there is money left over, what do they do with it? Because these people who donated money, it does say it's for legal fees.
Yep.
So then if they give the money back to the client, that seems a little muddy as well, because that's really not what it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
for.
and generally when these things happen, people raise money for the person. They raise money for the person in question for even if it's for their law case, they're going to give the money to them. They're not going to transfer the money to the law firm first.
Yeah.
Another thing we were talking about this week was the insane world of fake products or counterfeit products. And it got so bad that there was a news story in the last week or so that in Mexico, I believe.
It was Mexico.
There was fake Coca-Cola.
Arriba.
There was counterfeit Coca-Cola that they were selling in the markets. And we started talking about all of our experiences where you would see purses or watches and there's a whole world of counterfeit stuff. And some of it is every bit as good as the actual product.
And then people go to jail for a very long time for making these fake products.
For doing that. If we own something counterfeit, can we get in trouble for that, or is it only the production of it?
I'd have to look at the law. I would guess that actual possession probably somehow is illegal, but again, I'm guessing on that. But they
And then
just never
forget everything I said on that episode.
We need to delete all of this right now.
They certainly
Goodbye,
don't.
podcast.
If that is the case, they certainly don't enforce it because they're going after the people who are manufacturing it.
Right.
But I imagine, like much like a prostitution sting, that if you were caught in the act of purchasing it, that you would get in a lot more trouble versus them like raiding your house and saying you bought a fake Coach purse 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, they'd also have to prove that you knew that it was fake. So if you're in the act and you're paying $10 for something that's supposed to be $1,000, obviously you can kind of imply that you knew.
Right.
But if they find it in your house, it makes it much more difficult. You could just say, "Well, I thought that was real." It makes it more difficult for them to show that you had knowledge that it was fake when you purchased it.
How do they not get shut down all the time then? Like when we were talking about this, I brought up the story of my friend Tim who went to New York with us, and his bucket list thing was when we go to Chinatown, he wants to buy a fake Rolex. They're everywhere, and he did.
Like
and he
the
was
guy in the shirt or the jacket that opens up the side.
He was super excited to buy his fake Rolex. We were on our way to Peking Duck, and he's all Rolex up. But those guys are everywhere. If we know they're fake, why aren't they shut down more often? Is it just kind of a
resource thing? But every once in a while, like there will be some police who are walking down the street and they all kind of go hide, or they put blankets over their stuff, or something like that.
When we were in Paris, Courtney and I,
Betty,
right by the Eiffel Tower, it's
Did you wear a
illegal.
beret?
No, I did not. I had a beanie on at the
He
time.
deep throated a baguette though.
Of course. Courtney and I are walking in right by the Eiffel Tower. There's this huge line of these mostly African immigrants that are selling like little tiny Eiffel Towers that light up and like all sorts of fun little trinkets and stuff. And you're not supposed to sell anything there, but they're there all day and all night long. And while we were there was a raid of the police going through there, and they all just leave everything behind. They factor in for when that happens that they'll just leave everything behind so that they don't get arrested.
So
and they don't care what happens to it.
If they just leave everything behind, are you allowed to take it?
Is that theft?
I think people do, but there. When I say there was a bunch of them, I mean there was like 50 of them, all on their little carpets, right next to the Eiffel Tower.
And if I wanted some free stuff by the Eiffel Tower, I would call the cops. Wait, policia?
Yeah, it's interesting that whole world, how deep all of that goes. We got more questions for you. Can you hang out with us for a second?
I got a little time.
Okay. All right. When we come back, we'll get into some more of these questions from Mo. Any questions you have, you could send across as a dispatch right now. And we got a lot more to get to as a Friday rolls on. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2023 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 16th through the 29th in Lock Haven Park. Learn how to fringe now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Watch out for bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Checking into Polk County, the left turn lane is blocked due to an accident on US 27 heading northbound at Davenport Boulevard. The left shoulder is blocked due to an accident on I-4 westbound after State Road 429. You can expect delays eastbound and westbound through the city on I-4 between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby! Just sit back and relax while their fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here. So fired up to introduce you guys to Life Imaging FLA up from South Florida, where they've been saving lives weekly. How do they do it, you ask? Well, they save lives with their FDA-approved state-of-the-art low-dose radiation CT scanner that can easily detect heart disease and cancer before a patient shows any symptoms, and it only uses a fraction of the radiation of most CT scanners. Even better, no dyes. You don't have to get undressed, and it only takes about 10 minutes. No question, early detection saves lives because 1 out of 3 people will die from heart disease. And the worst part is, in 30 to 40% of those heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. Call Life Imaging FLA for your free heart scan. It's a value of $699 and only has a few minimum requirements. From your cell phone, call pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Just say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. Do this for you and all of your loved ones. Get that peace of mind with prevention with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
At SimpliSafe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from SimpliSafe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now, install SimpliSafe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at SimpliSafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Now open in Daytona.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at Marcos.com. Marcos. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
GimmeTheVin.com has made it fast. We've made it easy, and we're the only 5-star BBB rated car dealer out there.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
At SimpliSafe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from SimpliSafe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now, install SimpliSafe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at SimpliSafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC Rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today.
CoolToday.com.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for spending some time with the show. It is the News Junkie, and the website is thenewsjunkie.com. You can go over there, send us dispatches, and you can join us right here on the show today. It's as easy as that. We got our friend Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm joining us.
Moses DeWitt.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
It's your new song. It's better than the Baby Shark one.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I think we could do something with it.
Mo, we have a bunch of stuff we want to run by you, not just little ditties and songs from Suburbia.
Moses DeWitt.
It's getting better.
It really is.
That one was giving.
Well, it got worse.
Kill it.
It somehow got worse.
The one before that was giving Wilson Phillips vibes.
Yeah, I like all the different harms.
Hold on for one more day.
It's beautiful. Okay, so Mo.
Yes, sir.
We got to focus here. We got to lock in on
I got a
this.
new toy, Mo.
I
see that.
There's a story that we
Not
saw
the one on
this
my
week.
nightstand.
We'll
Anyway,
go past
Sean.
it. We'll move past it. Muscle past, Mo.
So this is a serious legal segment.
I know.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Focus.
So a story in West Palm about this is a really unfortunate situation, but the police were called on this guy who had a gun and he had broken into his girlfriend's house. All right. And when the police arrived, he wasn't listening to their commands to drop the weapon. He was being very, very agitated in his response toward the police officers. And then finally, he made a move toward the cops, and they opened fire, and they shot him, and this guy died. And now afterwards, there was a real interesting excuse from his family. Now, sometimes when I see these excuses, I'm like, oh, God, here it is. It's my kid is perfect. He never does anything wrong. He was just a good boy. He didn't do anything wrong, that kind of thing. But this one was very different. The family said the reason why he had broken into his girlfriend's house, the reason why he was agitated, and the reason why he had a gun was because he had diabetes. And they said it was a diabetic episode that he was in the middle of that caused him to do this. And initially I kind of dismissed that. Like, I've never heard of anybody doing something this drastic as a result of diabetes. But a lot of people started to email and dispatch in and say, yeah, that I've had things where I came to and I didn't even know what I was doing in that place and all this. Could you have a case as his family and saying like, hey, you should have handled this differently because he was in a medical emergency?
Well, I think it's tough to make that argument because the police don't have his medical history there.
They have no idea.
They're just seeing what's in front of them.
Man with gun is all they know.
And there could be an argument that, maybe they should have used less deadly force at first, or tried to at least. But when you have somebody in that situation and they start coming at you, typically that's not what's going to happen.
Right.
So I don't think they really have any claim there, so to speak. Now, let's say he had committed a crime and was arrested if he wasn't killed. Then he may have had an insanity defense, basically saying, I didn't know what I was doing.
Interesting. So you can have an insanity defense that doesn't have to be with, like, your mental health status. But
like temporary insanity?
Like because of a health reason.
Yeah, I mean, remember the guy who ate the bath salts and, like, chewed the guy's face off?
Yes.
And, he pled insanity. I think he's in a mental ward for a long period of time, maybe the rest of his life. I don't know. But I mean, you can use the insanity defense in those kinds of situations.
Interesting.
God, that was so long ago.
Yeah, I didn't know that they would classify that as insanity because it's like a health-induced insanity, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they'd have to use.
Yeah, it just depends on the fact
Can you
pattern.
claim an alcohol-induced insanity?
Well, typically, no, because that's and this kind of goes against what they did in the bath salts case. But typically, when you drink alcohol, you're knowingly drinking alcohol, knowing what the kind of result's going to be, the consequences.
You know what the outcome is going to be.
Would the same go with drugs? Like,
Well,
there was a local story a couple years ago where a guy goes to the hospital, his birthday, he said he took a pill and then woke up the next day in a lake, and he had walked out of the hospital into a random woman's home and murdered her. There was no follow-up in the story, but...
I think I remember that, though.
Oh, it was right by our house.
There's kind of a fine line there. Sometimes prosecutors say, well, you took the drugs knowingly, so you could have known this would happen. Sometimes it's so extreme that there is an insanity defense, like with the bath salt case. So again, it's kind of a factual determination.
Right. And somebody emailed after that, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Curtis was talking about the guy with diabetes, and he said, you can't get a CDL, a commercial driver's license, if you have diabetes.
Really?
You have to get a DOT physical, Department of Transportation physical, every 2 to 3 years, and they make you do a urinalysis just to check for sugars in your urine.
Now, is that adult diabetes or juvenile? Because juvenile,
it's adults,
you don't really
guess.
have a choice in
No,
that.
it's for adults because they're trying to get these jobs where you have to have a CDL. I didn't know there was all these restrictions on people with diabetic issues.
I mean, no offense. I've seen a lot of truckers and don't seem to be the
What are you saying? Some of these truckers are ripped.
You can have a pilot's license and have diabetes.
Can you?
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. You can have a pilot's license with diabetes, but not high blood pressure?
No, you can have a pilot's license with high blood pressure.
No, it's. I think it's like sight issues, right? What are the things that disqualify?
They don't like pilots with sight issues.
Hey, if you have good enough vision,
frowned upon.
I can still drive with good enough vision. I don't have to have 20/20 vision. I have to have just like
fake news.
I have to have like just good enough vision.
I think the one thing that they don't allow pilots, and this is the thing that's kind of scary, is if you're on antidepressants.
Oh, is that true?
You can't fly a plane, which means
Sealand's doubting you. He thinks Mo is doubting you.
Yeah,
Sealand.
I don't know. I mean, there's a difference between commercial pilots as well and
just a regular pilot's license.
Yeah, or charter pilots. There's different levels of pilots' licenses.
Right.
So.
According to the flight we took to the Bahamas, you could be also 15.
Yeah,
in flight.
you don't even have to have any hair on your face. You don't. You can still be a little kid. What was the other one we had on the list, Sealand? There was one we were just talking about.
Let's see. We had the guy that was being investigated by the FBI for installing the hidden camera on the cruise ship.
Yeah, this
we were
was
wondering
so creepy, this story.
If this is something, usually the cruise ships are registered in another country, and obviously because he was doing this on the cruise, traveling, from country to country.
He put a camera in the bathroom on like a Wi-Fi network, and he was watching everybody, use the restroom.
Would this be something that would be handled in court in American courts, or would this be like a maritime kind of thing?
Sealand really wants it to be a maritime.
Yeah, it
thing.
goes to cruise court. It's usually on the cruise ship, and if you're convicted, you have to walk the plank.
Hey, seriously, is that an issue? If you take a lot of people cruise off the state of Florida, right?
Yeah.
If you get in trouble on a cruise ship and you're out like in international waters, and the cruise ship may be owned by another country, is it always handled by U.S. law?
No, it's
not.
I actually have witnessed this happen.
Oh, really?
Well, I went on one of those all-you-can-drink cruises. I mean, they're all you-can-drink if you pay the right amount of money. But some guy that we knew got sent to boat jail,
right?
Because he and his friends, even though they had the unlimited drink package, you're not supposed to grab bottles of vodka from behind the bar
it's not how it
and
works.
start glory pouring into people's mouths at the club.
So that was like an official jail for the cruise ship? In
the cruise ship, yeah. There's the brig.
No, but who's in charge? Is the country that the ship is docked in?
We had just gotten to their island, Coco Cay, and so they actually brought Bahamian police.
Really?
To talk to this guy.
You could get in a mess then in that situation. If you have any questions for Moses, throw those to us via dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Bigger pause for you, Steve.
Oh,
Gave
there
you a
you go.
bigger pause there.
It's not the pause,
He's
it's the
being
inflection.
sarcastic about it now.
It's not the pause, it's the inflection.
I didn't do it right again. I tried
No, you did it right
It's
that
like,
time.
listen to the news junkie.
Yeah.
That's the inflection.
I did
Gonna
my
throw
best.
people off.
Hopefully that works for weekends. Anyhow, Mo, we also had a story earlier, and we were talking about this guy who was at an elementary school bus stop.
Okay.
And he was, I don't remember what state he was in. Do you guys remember what state that was in?
No, let me look it up.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland is right, yeah.
Never mind.
It was WBAL. And
It's the only way I know that.
the guy was by a school bus stop for elementary school kids, and he was open carrying his AR-15, I believe it was. And he's just like pacing around, walking around. He keeps doing this, and the cops go over and try to talk to him. And they're like, he's not breaking any laws. He's not doing anything wrong. I know that's state by state. What is the law on that in the state of Florida? What are the regulations on what you can do?
Well, they just changed them, so I have to go back and look now. But now we're open carry where you don't have to have the concealed license. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
But we're not fully. I think we're not as much as Texas, if I remember correctly.
Like we can't have them, showing in our bodies, like off our bodies, but we can still have them on our side. Or you don't need a permit to have them concealed.
Something like that. I bet a listener knows this better than I do, to be honest with you. I just haven't looked at it recently.
All right, let's ask a listener.
Dispatch it. Tell us what it is.
Look, the guns are such a weird world where people who are gun fans, who are big into that, they know all the laws, and it makes it so when people start to debate with them, they generally have no idea what they're talking about.
But I don't understand how someone like that is not being talked to by law enforcement. Like you are.
Well, the problem is that the law enforcement tries to talk to them,
causing stress
causing stress isn't a crime until they have a reasonable suspicion that they're committing some sort of crime.
The peace.
They can't. Well, I mean, if he's
harassment,
being quiet about it,
there's a giant AR-15 on him. I don't know how quiet you can be with that.
Well, what Mo's saying is
he's not shooting it,
but he himself would not be disturbing the peace if he was just quietly walking around with this gun. But what if the reaction to him not disturbing the peace does disturb the peace? Does that matter or no?
Mean, maybe you could try to say he was inciting a riot, depending on, like yelling fire in a movie theater, classic example.
Right.
That type of thing. But again, that's going to be factually specific and could be difficult to prove. But that, depending again on the circumstances, maybe that gives them grounds to go and arrest him or detain him if they wanted to.
That's so weird to me. I mean, you could make a prank phone call, swat somebody, and get hard time.
Yeah.
You could say that you have a fake bomb threat to a subway system, and that I understand.
Well, he would say he's not threatening, right?
But you see a guy at a school bus stop with an AR-15,
it's a terrible
and that
look.
Doesn't think that you're gonna shoot up somebody.
You're not winning any friends, and you're not winning any arguments.
The problem is, it's school bus stops are usually public sidewalks, and if the laws allow you to open carry in that regard, he's not really doing anything wrong, even though it's weird.
Wow,
certainly.
Are you his lawyer, Moses?
I'm not.
I gotta find this. Hang on, Mo, because I wanted to ask you.
I didn't mean that.
I wanted to ask you about this situation. C-Lane, maybe you can help me out to find this because it's a harder thing to search for. There is a guy. He's in the United States.
Is this something illegal? That's why you're making me search for it?
I promise it's not. When I heard
Go on
this,
the secret laptop.
When I heard this, I said I've never heard of that before. I didn't know that was a thing. And the guy was with a girlfriend in a long-term relationship, and they broke up, and now she's trying to get half of his stuff. And even though they were never married, even though these
How
two...
long were they together, though?
I forgot the exact details. That's maybe
domestic partnership seems to be a thing.
Well, that's like common law marriage in some states.
Some states have that.
We don't have that in Florida.
We do not, no.
But it was weird because either boyfriend and girlfriend, they break up, and then she's like trying to get 50% of his assets and income.
Guess what it's called?
What is it?
Palimony.
Is it? What's the story say? Did you find this?
No. All I did was search for not married seeking alimony.
Yeah.
I don't have the story.
Oh, I'll try to find this
Is it the
best I can.
8 years of dating? Because I see something, but it is from 2020.
No, this one is new. And it was somebody who was famous for either being like a streamer or an athlete or something like that. And the girlfriend, when they're breaking up, it's like, yep, I want 50% of the assets.
I only see stuff from January. There was a Mackenzie Scott. Oh, that's DJ
it is
Mustard.
Worth mentioning, I do feel like there are people that get, both men and women, in crappy situations that you are with somebody for so long and without having the legal marriage attached to it. Like you could be left with absolutely nothing, even if you have kids together. And then when it comes to the law, your significant other can dump you, the money maker of it all, and
That's
you have
actually
nothing.
An interesting twist on it. If you're with somebody and you're boyfriend and girlfriend and you've been in a relationship for a long time, if you have kids and that relationship ends, I guess the person would just be financially responsible for the kids, and you'd fight over that.
Yeah, it's just the child support. You file a paternity action, they do child support and time sharing.
But it wouldn't be alimony.
Right, there's no alimony there because you were never legally married, and like you said, Florida doesn't have common law marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But, like the Tiger Woods case, right? So
Yeah.
Tiger Woods had that relationship, and they broke up. And then now she's trying to sue him for anything basically she can think of, saying that she's entitled to, what was it, $10 million or something?
$30 million.
$30 million, sorry.
And that was brutal because he said, hey, go to the airport. We're going to go on a vacation to the Bahamas together or
that
whatever.
doesn't look real great.
And then
but
when she gets to the airport, one of his attorneys or something goes, you are never going to see him again. You guys are no longer dating. You're never going to see his kids at the house. It's like, whoa. That's a tough look.
that is a tough look. I mean, it makes me chuckle, but it is a tough look.
Yeah.
It's just so savage.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
And they said that they were trying to get her to sign another NDA, I think, when they brought her to the airport.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they were offering her some money in order to sign another NDA or
Those
something
NDAs,
like that.
so sketchy, man.
It is kind of interesting that you could do that. Like, you can say on the NDA that everything short of that person committing a crime against you, you cannot talk about or share with the media. Right?
But now, of course, there's that new law that she's going under where she's alleging abuse, essentially, in order to overturn the NDA, which is weird to me because she's not trying to overturn the NDA for the purpose of speaking out about the abuse.
She wants to speak out about it, yeah.
She wants to speak out about everything, and she's suing for money.
But does she, if there's an NDA, and then there's like a loophole where if there was abuse, then you can get out from under the NDA, does she have to prove that abuse in some way? Because simply making it so you say abracadabra and it happens seems like a bad idea.
So that's where it's a little unclear, because this law was just passed about a year ago. I forget the name of the act, but it was just passed about a year ago. So there's not a whole lot of case law as far as what the standard is on it. And the pleadings that were filed in the case are pretty bare bones, just basically kind of alleging what the general abuse was. But again, she's asking to overturn the NDA so that she can testify against him, saying that she's entitled to part of this property that he has. I think is what she claims that he promised her, which under Florida law is not even enforceable because anything dealing with real estate typically has to be in writing and signed by two witnesses, so oral contracts are completely invalid.
Oh, really? For property, that's how it works? Huh?
Yeah, so she's basically claiming, my understanding is, it's been a little while since I looked at it, that he promised her some sort of interest in this home, or that he would give her this home, this $30 million home, or allow her to stay there for 10 years, something like that. But
you should just give her the home and get this over
He's
with.
got plenty of money, man. He could just
He does.
He could just pay out a little bit and make her go away.
There is that thing and I think he probably experienced this, in his first round of trouble. Once you start paying people out for money, just more people come out of the works and ask for money.
You're a big target.
Right.
Here's Rodney the Gator Hunter talking about that Florida gun law.
As of July 1st, Florida will be constitutional carry. You still have to have the weapon concealed. There's only one time in the state of Florida that you can carry open carry. Or actually, technically, 3 times. Fishing, hunting, or camping.
Ah, okay.
To and fro. And that
Fishing, hunting, and camping are the only activities that you could do where you can open carry a weapon.
Sounds like a great camp out. Everyone's just has their guns
That's
out.
what Sea Lane does.
Yeah.
He goes to the shooting camp.
And then you go poop in that, outside toilet.
The machine.
S-box.
Yeah, the S-box that he's made.
Yeah, I got a text from somebody. It's actually permitless carry, not open carry. So I was correct on that.
Yeah, there's been some changes recently on that. Here's D-Dub-D talking about...
You guys are lawyering each other? That's great. Get him, Ray.
The Department of Transportation Physicals.
Hey, Junkies, it's me again about the dispatch from the CDL for the DOT physical about diabetes. That is true. If your blood pressure is too high, and also they go on neck size because they have some kind of campaign with the CPAP companies, and it's all a racket, but that's why I can't drive anymore. I was a over-the-road truck driver for about 8 years, got right at 1 million miles, safe, but I can't pass a DOT physical because of health issues.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Mainly cancer, but now diabetes and everything else, but that is absolutely true.
Yeah, I say beaties.
I did not know that was a thing. I had no idea. My knowledge of diabetes is basically Wilford Brimley related,
Diabetes.
Is focused on that area. Well, Mo, it's always good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Thank you for the information. Thank you for the conversation. And we'll see you again real soon. Friends, make sure you go over to the website, justcallmo.com. More importantly, follow Mo on social media. Search for Mo DeWitt wherever you are, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok.
MySpace.
On MySpace. Yep. And he's on Tumblr. He's very active on Tumblr.
Are we in your top 8?
Not
Some
anymore.
of you have moved up and down.
I'm not in there anymore. I checked this. It feels like a shot. It feels like a shot to the heart. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have a lot more to get into before we wrap everything up for a Friday and rocket you into the weekend. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Holding your virtual hand as the world crumbles. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Watch out for congestion on I-4 heading eastbound and westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Boggy Creek Road heading northbound at Dowden Road. You can expect delays due to an accident on International Drive at Continental Gateway. And there's slowdowns due to an accident on Lamberton Boulevard heading northbound at Curry Ford Road. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
One of my favorite things about That Mortgage Guy Don from thatmortgageguyDon.com is the fact that he's part of the Real Radio family. That's right, every Saturday morning, right here on Real Radio 104.1, you can listen to the Home Loans Radio Show. You can get your questions answered live. You can hear Don and his crew explain the mortgage process, pull back the curtain on the mortgage business because he wants you to know how it works. Now, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. You know, when it comes to the mortgage companies, you're being treated like a number, but when it comes to That Mortgage Guy Don, you're being treated like a friend. Now, you go to the website, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and you can see it's very easy to navigate through. It's chock full of information for you. But if you have any questions, you have direct access to Don himself via live chat, email, Zoom call, appointment, or hear your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. Get the process started today. Plain and simple. No spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Power through every season with True Fuel, the ready-to-use engineered fuel for outdoor power equipment that lasts for years and provides true convenience, true performance, and true protection. True Fuel is ethanol-free and precision-engineered to improve performance and extend the life of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and small generators. With True Fuel in the tank, you're always ready for yard work and everything Mother Nature decides to throw at you. True Fuel. Empower your equipment.
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. One is utility rates are rising. Two, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Films to be Buried with Brett Goldstein is a podcast about movies. And yes, a bit about death. Each week, join Ted Lasso star Brett Goldstein as he speaks with guests about the films that shape us.
Well, I got news for you, buddy boy. There's a heaven. It's filled with movies. It's like a blockbuster video.
Listen to Films to be Buried with Brett Goldstein on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jersey Mike's freshly slices the meat and cheese for your sub right in front of you. It's a work of art. Think Michelangelo's David. But honestly, David, if I have to wear a shirt and shoes, you could put on some pants. At least my Italian sub is perfectly dressed. Secondly, David is 522 years old, but Jersey Mike's subs are freshly sliced every time, brand new. It's an inspiration to hungry, pants-wearing people everywhere. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Hurt on the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Like that, C-Lane. I'll bring my attorney back in here.
I mean, the evidence is pretty...
There's zero evidence. What are you talking about? You go out there and then you say, Sean ran a red light. Sean ran a red light.
Did not say that.
That's exactly what you said.
Nope, it's not.
What'd you say then?
I said you ran a toll.
What's happening?
I didn't run a toll. That's just how I do it. You guys.
That's a perfect defense in court.
No,
I love that.
Look,
that's just how I do, Judge.
I didn't run a toll. I don't have one of the little sun passes. I just let them mail me the things. Is that not a thing people do?
It is. It
is in a when they use toll by plate.
Right.
They use that in all of them.
Yeah. Not. I think they're shifting to that.
Well, I'm going to play right in the middle, and I think both of you are wrong for what you did.
I think I'm nailing this. I think that everybody
You can
does
toll
this.
by plate, I think, anywhere that there's a sun pass.
That's what I do. Whenever I get one, I just pay it. But I'm not like...
But I'm
Isn't
with
it like
C-Lane.
a ticket, though?
Yeah, it's not a ticket. It's just
extra.
It's a charge.
It would say bill, not like toll enforcement notice.
Oh, you got that?
In all caps.
This is the thing I get all the time.
You got a toll enforcement notice?
There's no way that I'm the only one that does this. You just go on the toll roads.
My birthday present just changed. I'm just going to get you a sun pass.
No, I don't want a sun pass. I don't want to be on the system. I don't want to
God. Why are you so annoying?
What's annoying about that?
It's anything that it's brought up. It's like, I don't want to be a part. You're part of the system. You've been part of the system.
How does this impact your life in any way?
Because now I don't have anything to give you for your birthday.
I don't want a sun pass. I don't want to be in the system. I want them to just mail me
your
things
system,
when
you're in the system. They take a picture
How
of
the
you
hell do
every
you think
time
they know where to send the bill to if you're not in the system?
I'm not in the other system.
You're also part of a public broadcasting network situation.
Yes.
And you're paying more. Not that you seem to care.
I'm not paying anymore. It's the same, isn't it?
No, it is more.
Yeah, it is more.
That's a whole thing
I don't
with
know.
SunPass.
Courtney told me this is how you do things. She's like, yeah, they just send it to you in the mail. I don't know what's going on. I only know how to do my things.
So if Courtney said get a SunPass, what are you going to say? I don't want to be a part of the system?
If Courtney said get a SunPass, I'll be like, okay, here's the SunPass. We'll get it in her name, so I'm not in the system.
You were in the system.
I'm not in the system.
You've been in the system. Sure.
I am just absolutely refusing to be introduced into the system.
Now, I'm with you on this sense of like, I refuse to get another SunPass because the one that I have is so old.
Yeah.
There is no way it works
Like melted
anymore.
to your dashboard.
Yeah, like there is like something seeping out of it. That I didn't know was a fluid inside of a SunPass.
Wait, it's still working somehow?
I don't know.
Well, you would know if you were going on some of those toll roads.
Ask
they would
my parents.
send you the pay-by-plate, which is toll. Oh, they pay your tolls? Son of a bitch.
It's the one thing that they haven't cut me off yet.
How do I make it so I go into the system, but I tell the system that I'm C-Lane, so C-Lane gets the system messages.
Get his son pass in
to pay
his
the bill.
name. Get his credit card.
That's what I'm going to do.
You would have to register your vehicle under my name.
Okay, I'll do that then. If that.
Yeah, wait. Doesn't Homeland Security consider us like emergency people? Can we just use that throughout the year?
We only get to use that during hurricanes, unfortunately.
And they turn the tolls off for everybody during.
What about an emotional hurricane?
Constantly going through one of those. So.
Ask Mo. Put that on the Mo list.
An emotional hurricane is very, very descriptive.
My
I like
band
that.
name.
All right, we're going to hear from you in just a moment. Somebody said Sean doesn't want to be in the system, and he's on every social media platform. That's not the system, man. You guys don't know what the system is?
A big fight with cops. I feel like you're really in the system now.
No, that's a different system. All right, the system that I'm talking about is like I don't want to go into the toll road system. I don't like that world.
You'd rather just chuck a bunch of coins inside of that
How
bucket?
much more am I paying than I would be paying if I had the
I believe
SunPass thing?
Upwards of $1 more.
Oh, that's nothing. Who cares about $1?
Oh, wow,
Somebody
rich.
says,
Rich.
That's not rich. It's just $1.
Somebody texted me and said it's doubled.
What's it? Oh, double a couple of dollars? I don't care. So they send me the bill.
Now, when you drive all the way through Tallahassee and you're paying $20.
I take the bill, I put it on my desk, and then during the weekend when I try to clear off all the to-do things on my desk, I pay the stupid couple of dollars here and there. That's better to me
Get a damn SunPass.
than going and getting the SunPass and getting in the system. You guys are in the system. It sucks to be in the system.
I'm technically not in the system.
You're definitely in the system. Oh, you're not because your parents are in the system.
Oh, then I'm not in the system either.
You're in the system, buddy.
Oh, isn't it the greatest? They thought that they could get rid of us, but that SunPass
Yeah.
keeps me right in. I also have 3 siblings who are completely sucking the money out of them. But
I see this happen all the time with people where
we're like the Dylan of
of toll paying.
You start to get less and less and less of the things that your parents paid for, and then you realize how much your parents are paying for. You're like, oh, I got to pay for my Netflix? And you're like, yeah, well, that's your parents. What do you think I've been doing this whole time?
My mom sent a family chat group late last night. Like, we had to change the password for Netflix.
Uh-oh.
And I go, that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I've been paying for my own Netflix for a long time because Dad decided to change it to get your own password 123.
Oh, he got you. He got you one last time.
The rest of the siblings, perfectly fine.
They're younger than you, are they not?
They are. Yeah, I'm the oldest.
See, that's always the excuse that works.
Yeah.
My parents.
Little does Sean know that I've been using his Netflix for a really long time.
I would know if you did. You know what you were using for a little while? I don't know
What?
how this happened, and I remedied it, but somehow your YouTube was hooked up to my TV. And there was
My
like
YouTube?
Yep.
What did you see?
I'm not telling you what I saw or what I didn't see. I'm just saying
That's private.
when I would go to log in, it would say, "Do you want to log in as Sean Wasson, the news junkie, or Sabrina Ambra?"
On your TV?
On the TV.
I've never done that before. How did you get that?
I don't know how it did it.
Wow.
I'm only telling you that it was a thing.
You know what you're telling me is a lot more. What else are you logged into of mine?
Nothing. I'm not logged in.
Look at me in my eyes.
You must have logged in there. I didn't log
why
in there.
would I? I don't touch that remote.
How do I know
It's
your
Courtney's
YouTube?
remote.
I don't know your YouTube login.
If you want to follow me on YouTube, it's at Sabrina Ambra.
Okay, what's the password?
I don't know.
Oh.
I really don't.
I don't either.
It's been saved. I don't know. That's very strange.
I don't know how it happened. I logged out of it. I don't
Did you
know.
look
when it
at the
happened.
history first, though?
No, I just logged out of
It's
it.
all trap remixes and stuff.
I would imagine that would be stuff from work. Yeah.
I just realized I haven't gotten any of those weird YouTube histories anymore.
What do you mean?
Like, there was
the most vague thing.
But we talked about this. I
just realized I haven't got one of those YouTube histories anymore.
No, I used to get a bunch of weird random videos on my YouTube history that I never watched.
I know what you're saying now. Somebody else that was watching them on your account.
What's happened?
It was
I
like
think you've been,
something I
you've
left
been
logged
hacked
in.
at your house, man.
No, this was somebody. Maybe C-Lane went over to somebody's house and like logged into his YouTube, and then they start like watching videos.
Or like a hotel or a store.
Wasn't it Babe videos and stuff?
There was 1 or 2 Babe videos.
Babe? What's a Babe video?
Like women in bikinis and just like really cheesy stuff.
The closest to porn that YouTube can get.
Yeah, it's like right under the wire. All right, let's do a couple of dispatches real quick.
It's really strange.
Here is One Nut the King with the dispatch.
All right, news junkies, here from Texas. We are now a constitutional carry state, which means we can conceal carry or open carry without a permit. It does help the process, though, if you do have what they call your license to carry here when you purchase a firearm. But other than that, cowboy on!
Yeehaw!
Pop, pop.
Thank you, friend. Appreciate the dispatch. A lot of people chiming in about
I think that's different from what Rodney the Gator Hunter
gun
said.
stuff. Yeah, he might have been talking about Florida versus Texas because he was talking about Texas.
Oh.
Here is Limp Wiener with the dispatch.
I was watching the documentary on, I can't remember what streaming channel it was, but when it comes to this counterfeiting, it's like phenomenal how bad it is. They were raiding flea market stands like they were major drug dealers. I mean, major big SWAT team just swarm in and just raid.
A whole
crazy.
All right, 2 more real quick. This is from Theron. This is about the airlines. Okay.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
This is Theron.
Theron, sorry.
I just wanted to give you a little insight on flying. I used to fly almost 1 million miles per year.
Cool.
And if you want to fly in style and no hassles and nice people, you fly with Delta. If you want to be hassled, you want to fly with Spirit or Frontier. If you want to fly cheap, you fly with Southwest.
Thank you.
Did he mention
Appreciate
Delta?
the info.
I'm sorry, was it
Yeah,
first
Delta,
one?
he said,
Okay,
Theron, speaking of that.
He almost flew 1 million miles per year.
That's a lot.
That's 2,700 miles a day.
Yeah, that's a lot of flying.
Never get off the plane.
Speaking of Theron, I read the other day, I was reading up about Charlize Theron because I saw some tweets about her, and I was like, is that true? Do you know her story? Like, oh, my God. So I guess that she grew up in South Africa, I think.
Yeah.
And when she was younger, her dad would always get really drunk. And one time her dad got really drunk and came after her mom. And her mom killed her dad right in front of her.
Whoa.
And I was like, holy, it's on her Wikipedia page and stuff.
Her Wikipedia?
I said it a little weird because it's Friday. It's on her Wikipedia page. She's lived a crazy-ass life, that one. I did not know any of that about her. When we come back, Final Dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday and the week. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
A Florida woman is accused of using a romance scam to take a Holocaust survivor's life savings.
This one is unbelievable.
Ding, ding, ding. Your special place in hell is ready.
That's how wild we are.
She was 32.
This guy survived Hitler and then fell defeat to a Floridian.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching 92 degrees. Hot and humid, but by early afternoon, showers and thunderstorms will be moving in, bringing heavy rain, frequent lightning, and the chance for gusty winds. So make sure you stay weather aware. We're warm throughout the weekend, so stay hydrated and enjoy the Central Florida sunshine. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Business owners, are you feeling the pressures of growing your business? It's tough to maintain momentum and still keep your employees engaged. You want to focus on the stuff that you're good at, the reason your business is successful, and you're smart enough to know Insperity can help. They put over 35 years of HR experience to work, helping you with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance, while giving your employees competitive benefit options. When your people can thrive, your business can adapt and prosper. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. This is scalable HR. It's employee benefits. It's HR technology. Insperity, it's HR that makes a difference.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
So, what could you do with 8 hours? With that much time, probably a lot, right?
Or nothing at all sounds pretty good too. With an 8-hour battery life, a vape device from Blue gives you the freedom to unplug. So relax, disconnect, or just let yourself focus on getting your own stuff done with a full 8 hours of unlit you time. Blue, get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fonum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fonum US LLC.
Mills Air, in business since 1992 here in Central Florida. That's over 30 years. They are not going anywhere. Carrier, factory, authorized dealers always turn to the experts. As part of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 on new AC units. And as we head into summer, now is certainly the time to replace your old unit. And with these special discounts, you need to reach out to Mills Air at millsair.com. That's millsair.com. Offer good while supplies last.
It's Jeep 4x4 season. Make your next adventure epic and hurry in now for great deals. Now, while qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $369 a month for 24 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution, at least through Ally Financial. Current lease must end by 6/3/24. Extra charge for miles over 20,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 5/31/23. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Sharing your health story matters.
I knew since I was 5 years old that I wanted to be a nurse. I equated it to helping people and making them feel better. I am gently retired, but even though I'm not at the bedside, I'm able to do just as much work in the community. I've been fortunate to participate in All of Us.
Joining the All of Us research program means contributing to research that may help people of different backgrounds.
I received DNA genetic profiling that showed that my body metabolizes medicine slower than average. Now I had proof of what I've known about myself all along that are specific to me, to my genes. I'm sharing my story because if I can make a difference, then I'm all in.
Share your health stories today and help guide the discoveries of tomorrow. Learn more at joinallofus.org/NIH. Paid for by the All of Us Research Program.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC Rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today. CoolToday.com.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
This is Lars, James from Metallica here, and this is iHeartRadio.
What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. The free iHeartRadio app is where the biggest stars in the world connect with you. Download it today.
I'm back, and look at all the Fresh from Florida produce I brought home.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
It's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Some work going down this weekend to get the studio into its final phase, so things might look a little different on Monday.
Bull.
You don't believe there's going to be a final phase?
No.
Yes, there's going to be a final phase.
No, there's not.
100%. You think I'm going to go forever on this studio, don't you?
This studio will be done when this show is over.
No, it's not true. It's going to be in like, hey.
The show's never ending. Thank you.
Here's where we're locked in. This is where it's going to be. So it might look a little different on Monday. Just keep that in mind. Tips at the News Junkie.
I'm going to lose the desk, aren't I?
No, the desk is to stay. That is not going anywhere. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Navy Joe emails. And he says, about the man with the AR-15 in Maryland. Hey there, junkies. First off, thanks, Sean, for picking me a few weeks ago for Fritz on the Street. The magnet is hung proudly. I actually live and work in the area.
Surprised you got one.
Well, I won. And I win every once in a while.
Celine is taking his shots
I don't win
right
every
now
week,
at the end of the show.
But I win at least once per 2 months or so in that kind of window. I actually live and work in the area that this man is protesting at, he says, all right? The police were likely very quick to respond to this call due to a high crime area being nearby. It was even posted last night on the Pokemon Go server I'm a part of.
What?
Yes, we still play it.
Could you imagine if there was a rare Pokemon right where that guy's walking?
There are roughly 1,500 people in the Discord server, and not shockingly, they have been upset on Nextdoor about the whole thing. Supposedly, they had to hold the buses from leaving school the other day because they were outside the school. But apparently that was not enough for the police to do anything. Happy weekend to everybody, says Navy Joe. So he's where this guy is protesting with his AR-15 outside of a school bus stop for elementary school kids.
Just the fact the guy's not with anybody else, it screams unhinged to me.
Well, the thing that...
Like he's going to keep pushing it.
The thing that stands out to me is, like, you already made your point. Like, just stop it. You see that...
You're scaring children.
It's bothering kids. It's bothering elementary school kids at a bus stop. Uh-oh. Right now, here at the very end, everything's falling apart on you?
I got that. It's coming apart.
My God. All right. Hollywood Brad emails.
All right.
Go ahead, Cena. What were we going to say? We're all just crumbling at the end of the show.
Speaking of Nextdoor, somebody sent me a post from, it's not Nextdoor, but it's like Nextdoor. It's a Facebook group for my neighborhood
I've seen these.
area, the community page. And they sent me a screenshot where it said, use caution. There is an aerial voyeur in our area.
Is that you?
Oh, drone?
Sealand's the aerial voyeur with his drone now.
It was sent to me because I own one. There's a person or persons flying a drone above backyards and spending it's until they're noticed and shops away. This person does not type very well. OPD has been contacted and advised us the pilots are breaking 1 to 2 laws. They're probably
1
not.
to 2.
Can you shoot at a drone?
No, that's a federal offense.
Sealand knows all these things now because he's drone man. He's getting out there and doing it.
Drone man.
Hollywood Brad emails tips at thenewsjunkie.com. I heard you talking about rent prices. An apartment building opened a couple of years ago 1 block from my place in West Hollywood, and it's ridiculous. Yet it still seems to be pretty full all the time. The cheapest 1-bedroom is $8,000 a month.
Oh, my God.
The most expensive is $20,000 a month. These are big apartments, and the amenities are nice, but it's still crazy.
If you're paying $20,000 in rent,
for
what's
a
a mortgage?
Oh, you could get even in L.A., you could get a mortgage that's less than $20,000 a month. That's insane. That's a lot of money. Let's do. We don't have time for any last dispatches. I did want to shout this out so I could co-sign it because
do we still have to give away this dispatch?
Well, we don't have to do that today, I don't think. I wanted to co-sign this, and also it's one of the most viral tweets on Twitter right now with 3.2 million views. Even Elon Musk and a bunch of others liked it. All this guy did, all the work I put into tweets sometimes, he says, no argument, this is the best store-bought pasta sauce, and he has a photo of 2 jars of Rouse homemade marinara sauce, which Celia and I were just talking about.
Rouse is the... almost cursed.
It's the
Rouse
best.
is the best.
It's the
Never
best.
heard of it.
But everybody is secretly liking this, I guess, since 3.2 million people responded to this damn tweet.
Good job, Rouse.
All right, let's get out of here. Hold on. Got to get everything ready. Got to go over here. Go over here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, May 19th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law.
I am not a pervert. You stop it, chat.
Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Maybe, though. Maybe.
No.
Today I Learned this guy.
Johnny Cash.
That's right, Johnny Cash. They say Johnny Cash was such a devout Christian. In 1990, He recorded himself reading the entire New Testament Bible.
Woof.
The entire recording has a running time of more than 19 hours.
Jeez.
That's a long time.
He got a Grammy for that.
He kicked ass with his last record. Was that his last record, the one where he did all the covers?
I believe so.
I believe.
Well, like Hurt and all those? That was a good record. Today on
I like
Phillies
the Nine Inch
fan.
Nails version better. Hot take.
A Phillies fan credits the Phillies' Dollar Dog Nights, where they would have dollar hot dogs, for saving his life. He ate too many hot dogs on one run and went to the hospital for a stomachache. They found out he had blood cancer, and he said it saved his life just like that. The man ate 8 hot dogs at the Phillies game. Buddy, you got other problems besides blood cancer. You got some other major issues.
If blood cancer wasn't going to do it.
It's a Wednesday night for me.
It's going to get you. All right, and finally, have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah.
Today, I learned this band right here.
The Smiths.
The Smiths is correct. One of the players in the Smiths, I don't know which one it was.
Bass player.
The bass player just died. The post-punk British rock band The Smiths and their lead singer Morrissey are incredibly popular in Mexico. The phenomenon has inspired fan conventions, tribute bands, and is attributed to the lead singer's own split identity, being Irish in England, they say. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back on Monday, same time, same place in West Palm Beach. It's Rover coming up next. In Orlando, it's the Jim Colbert Show. It's on the way, and it's all right here on Real Radio.